Well, we finally met Melanie from North Philly. Hey guys, did you come here for love? No one can hold you down. Won't give it up. No. I want you to reach out. And I want you to reach out your dreams and achieve them as well. Listen, guys, I told you the Afro Latinos was going to give us a show. Because Melanie confirms that not only is Sincere Afro, he also Latino. So, Afro-Latino couple, they're going to give us a show. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nikki.Star. I do comedic reviews of some of your favorite reality TV shows, Love Island being one of them. I, for the first 20 or so minutes, give my thoughts on the latest episode. Welcome to the after show. And then after that, I hop into the comments. We are going to be here for Lord knows how long. It's Friday. You know what I mean? You don't have to go to no job tomorrow, I don't think. But if you do, it's fine. You could be late. So we're going to hang out after I do the review. So do not fret. The review is not 2 hours. The chat is about 5. But thank you so much for being here. If you are new, if you are a returning Star family member, thank you so much for joining me. Let's talk about Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 4. Before we get into the review, word on the street is that Kyla is the queen pin of New Hampshire. I hopped on my TIK TOK and I found out that she got the white girls shook. Like multiple videos about this girl being a bully, scaring everybody in New Hampshire. Like she got everybody in New Hampshire shaking. Shaking in their rain boots. They scared of Kaida. Let's look at the material. I'm not going to show that video of her pimp slapping that white girl. She couldn't even get her bearing straight. Oh, there's a video out there. Kaida and the girl are just talking. It don't really seem like it's at that level. Next thing you know, pop, and a white girl go back. And then she tries to get at her, but this white guy gets involved, and Kaida is just like, what? I said, oh my gosh, Kaida. She is tearing them white girls up in New Hampshire. Oh my God. I am actually very shocked. Very shocked. But here is some of the evidence of Kaida's reign. So this is one of the first videos that I've seen. I can't play the video because, music or whatever in YouTube. Oh, she is sensitive. So in this video, this girl is scrolling. She's doing like a scrolling hand motion. And she said, point of view, skipping all the Kaida edits because the people who know her in New Hampshire don't F with her at all. And in the caption, Molly Bacon says, biggest mean girl in Manch. What? And then we get this video of another girl who she says, reading y'all's comments about Kaida has me dead. Yeah, she's mad, violent, verbal, and physical, praying for the other cast first. I said, not Kaida, who is 10 pounds soaking wet with change in her pocket. Then I start seeing the videos. Holyfield. I said, Kaida, what? The sad part of, well, not sad, but the thing about it is, I think if it had not been white girls, people would have been like, maybe would have believed. But because it was a bunch of white girls saying that Kaida is a bully, and we know the racial demographic of New Hampshire, I get those of us who read, everybody was just like, was she bullying? Or was she being bullied and letting you know that she's unbullyable? So the narrative quickly changed from the white girl saying, be concerned and afraid of Kaida because she's a bully, to everybody being like, I think y'all deserve to catch her hands. Love Island, it's week 1 and it is already so messy. But when I saw that video, I said, Kaida, no, you're not fighting. That girl was talking and she said, bow! And this poor girl, she whipped back a couple people. Kaida! Oh. Well, y'all fast-tracked her to stardom. Y'all were trying to form a hate train against this girl, and y'all fast-tracked her to stardom because she is blowing up. And because of you, she will never be voted off the island. At least not by America, but Little Miss Thing. Oh, wait. Darn it. I got to change her picture. But Little Miss Skinny Minnie got New Hampshire on notice. Yeah, they know not to play with her because the Haitian jumped out in that video. She was beating that white girl and screaming, revolution! Revolution! All right. So anyway, in this episode, we get Melanie talking to Sincere. And Melanie, where is them toxic Afro-Latino? There they go. Melanie, here's the thing, Mamacita. You trying to act like you are not pressed by acting like you don't know Kaida's name is showing us that you are indeed pressed, right? Because she's talking to Sincere, and they're just talking because there's like some obvious awkwardness there, and she's just like, what is her name? Katie, Kimberly, and Sincere was like, Kaida. She's like, Kaida, you know her name. Oh yes, you definitely know her name, but it's not go. I don't think the way you're hoping it to go is going to go that way, because it's just showing that you are indeed pressed by Kaida. You're trying to show that you are not pressed by her. You are so unpressed by her that you keep on forgetting her name. You keep on forgetting that she's there. This little performance is showing that girl got you shook. The little Holyfield got you shook. So everybody's getting ready for bed, right? And Kenzie and Sean is trying to they're trying to forge something because they're trying to stay on the show. And I think, especially Sean, and I think because everybody is kissing, they decided that they should be doing something physical. Did you see the way that pig kissed Kenzie? Jesus. We got to get him off this show. We got to get him off that show. I can't. I will not fall for the propaganda. You cannot trick me. Get him. We got to vote. Guys, this is dangerous. He's an op. We got to get him off. He at her neck. My God, today. We got to get him off that show. Anyway, what are we talking about? Yeah, anyway. fear that my baby Casey is going to get hurt this season. I just fear that he may get hurt. And it might be through First Lady Anaya, but he's so precious, and I don't think he really knows what's going on. And he is just, fresh from church camp on Love Island. And I just think he is not aware that what he thinks is happening is not really happening. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that First Lady and Anaya really take, him and her really go to the end. But I feel like their breakup is going to break me. And I'm trying to not get emotionally invested in the show. I don't have any clients. Kaida was looking real good. But I don't have any clients. I'm not participating in that. I'm not getting into it. I'm just going to watch the show and come here and review the show. And that's it. I'm just here to have fun with you guys and collect my coins. But I fear that these two are pulling me in. I feel like this breakup is going to break me. But we will see. Let us pray. Let us pray. We will see. And also, I'm very confused with Anaya because I'm not sure what she wants, like with KC. Because I also feel like these two got together because they just weren't desired by the people that they wanted to come on this show, that they wanted to be with on the show, because they didn't get chose. They decided to make something happen together. But now I think the lines are getting blurred, where this isn't like a fun little, Jesus camp couple. I think the one or the other is getting a bit too serious. And that's where I think the heartbreak might come in. Because there is this scene that happens this episode where Melanie, who is trying to make Sincere jealous, she pulls Casey for a chat, right? Melanie got the cakes out. She sashaying all across the villa because since Sincere want to explore, she's going to explore. She's going to show him, right? So she goes after Casey. I think it was very intentional for her to go after a monoracial black man because, no shade, I don't think that y'all have a stigma, right? Y'all have there's a stereotype about y'all that monoracial black men are just easy, low-hanging fruit for women of color, light-skinned women, biracial women who are a little, down on their luck. You know what I mean? It's just like, even if I feel ugly, I know a monoracial black man is going to make me feel beautiful because, y'all have such low racial self-esteem, allegedly. So I feel like her going after KC was very intentional because it was just easy for her, right? He's not her type. She mentioned what her type is several times on this episode alone. But KC is a monoracial black man, right? A monoracial black American man. It is assumed that he has low racial self-esteem. So he is going to pick somebody desires somebody or be available to someone who is who is either white or has white adjacency. I don't get that from KC, but it can be assumed because of how monoracial black men operate. Far too many of them. And then he's with a dark-skinned black woman. So I feel like for her, this was an easy lick, right? Because there was if you want to make Sincere jealous, absolutely do that. First of all, he seems like he's very close to or getting very close to Sean. And Sean is like hella single, right? That would have been the smart choice. But she is trying to make Sincere jealous. And she's not trying to put in too much work because she still likes Sincere and she still wants to be with Sincere. But she just wants to let him know that if you want to explore, I can explore too, right? So she goes after somebody easy and after the partner of someone who she does not see as competition. And I just was like, it was a little icky thing to see because you then see Anaya, who is just like sitting there watching this whole thing go down. And she's like really confused and just like what's happening here? But Anaya, I got to be honest. You said that you want to explore. So now that KC is exploring, Now you feel some sort of way about that. I feel like for Anaya, it's what's good for me is not good for thee. And that is not fair because you want to explore. You keep on mentioning that you have people that you're interested in, and you haven't acted on it. Melanie pulled him for a chat. Her her alleged or assumed reasonings are gutter, but you are setting up a standard because you don't seem like you are that much into KC as KC is appearing to be into you. Now, you two could probably just be on the same playing field, but I have only heard from Anaya that she wants to explore. We haven't really seen Casey say that or even try to explore. He's stuck up under Anaya. But he did mention that he's glad that she is cool with with the exploration of everything, but he only said that after Melanie pulled him for a chat. He's not doing any work. And neither is she. So it's just like, I know it's real too soon to get coupled up, but you can't also be emotional in this game if you are expecting your partner to be okay with how you operate. Then you need to be okay if he reciprocates your exploration or if he mimics your behavior. You have to be cool with it, because I'm just like, you're talking to this and you're just like, I'm really effing confused right now. Like, what are they doing? And I'm like, you have said several times that you want to explore. You have said several times that your type is sincere and showing. You never said KC. So let him have fun and let you do your thing. What's the problem? Here's the thing. I'm fine with them exploring, but what I don't like is when the one person who in the coupling who is like very adamant about exploring starts to feel some sort of way when the person when their partner starts doing the same thing. Hello, sincere. Why are you looking at Melanie Sachet across the villa with KC? When you said that you were ready to explore. So him and Anaya, the two people in the couplings who said that they wanted to explore, are feeling some sort of way because their partners who would have not explored had they set a boundary are exploring. Are you upset that they're exploring before you? Or are you just being greedy? What is it? Because even sincere in this episode, I mean, I said I wanted to explore, but like she gonna flip the table on me. She absolutely is. She absolutely is. As long as you know what's coming, but you also have to realize you set that up. And I'm not mad at him for doing that. This is Love Island. This is the way it is. But you can't be mad when she take your advice. If you were smart enough, you would know that she's just doing that to make you jealous. Because the minute you say, let's work this out, she'll do it. The way she was putting on that nasty stank walk, she wasn't putting it on for KC. She was putting that on for you to let you know, oh, baby, I got options too. Oh, baby, you might not think that I'm all that, but somebody else will. So if you want to play this game, I'm going to play it better. I'm telling you, we all went to high school with this couple. We all went to high school with this toxic Afro Latino couple. I know how this is going to end. And it's going to be ratings gold because them Afro Latinos are going to give you a show. They are going to give you a show. Serenity, also known as Trinity, got some new hair. She got a little Burmese curl. And I said, yes. This is, the girls are growing. They're starting to get it because I think maybe that the middle part bust down was her debut hair, but I feel like the Burmese curl is going to be what she uses throughout the season. And I think that is very, very smart on her. And I do not think it's smart for the Black girls with the 4C to be on that island, giving themselves heat damage. So the natural can match up with the weed, with the clip ends. So very smart, very, very smart. I hope she sticks with this Burmese curl because, girl, you're finally on track. So we have a challenge this episode. It's called the Office Challenge, where they have to say who their office crush is, and then they have to pick someone who is most like, or who they believe is most like the question that they have to answer, that is randomly given to them. And this is just another way for um, everybody to be sexual with each other. Hello, it is Love Island, and in this challenge, we also meet the new bombshell, Corbin. I don't have his picture yet because you guys said it's on the shop app. I'm not getting that involved. The excuse me, Love Island shop app. I'm not getting that involved, but I do have Corbin's Instagram ready to go. So let's look at Mr. Corbin's Instagram. He's biracial. That's what he's given to me. That's what he's given to me. But then he also gives Samoan. And that's the thing. Them Samoans or them Tongas, they can go either way, depending on a haircut. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, what are you? They're like three cultures in one, depending on how they style themselves. But this is Mr. Corbin's pictures. They love a gym rat on Love Island. My God, today. Here he go. See, is he Samoan? I get Samoan dad, black mom. Died tracing gene dreams, not people. Oh Lord. This is him working out. This is his graduation. See, this graduation right here. This is giving me Samoan. It gotta be a Samoan daddy, black mom. It has to be. But you just never know. Samoan and Tongans, you can't tell. It all depends on how they style themselves. But this is Mr. Corbin. So in this challenge, after you kiss your office crush, only for the girls, you go into this room, this like makeshift, break room, and in the break room is Corbin. You're supposed to go in here to get some money. You go in there to get the money, and then Corbin comes out. Shh. Gen Z love this move. What porn are y'all watching when y'all think that's it? Where a girl's supposed to go, oh my God, he told me to be quiet. Anyway, he goes shh to every girl, and he starts making out with her, and then she leaves, and he goes, don't tell the boys. And they're like, ah! He's picking them up, smacking it, flipping it, and rubbing it down, and they are all losing it. Let me tell you something. When Melanie got in there and she saw Corbin, homegirl melted, because that is her type. She said, that is my type to a T. As you can see, the more comfortable Melanie gets, that accent comes out. I told you, we were just meeting her representative. By the end of this season, you won't even be able to understand her. The more comfortable she gets, my God, today I cannot wait to see it. But anyway, Mr. Corbin is in that booth taking them down, and they are having a grand old time. So Melanie realizes on this episode, she finds out real quick that Kaida is her match, right? So Melanie chooses KC to make out with, not because she's attracted to KC, and not because KC is her type, but because KC, assumingly, is low-hanging fruit. So she makes out with him just to make Sincere jealous. So she's all over him. And even Anaya is just like, wow, like, what are you doing? Because they're supposed to be friends. But here's the thing. Melanie knew to pick KC because if she, like I said, Sean is available, she could have picked the Sean, but it would have been, I feel like if she would have did that, it would have caused more damage than she is just trying to do. Because if Sincere is her type, then of course a Sean would kind of like be, you know what I mean? Like if she's attracted to Sincere, of course you would be attracted to a Sean, right? So I don't think that she wanted to blur the lines. I think she just wanted to send Sincere a message. So KC is the easier way to go with less damage to her relationship with Sincere. But while she's doing that, she's damaging her relationship with Anaya because she's not even thinking how that would make her girlfriend feel. And because Anaya is constantly mammying her, I think that it's also because Melanie is just very high strung and she requires a lot in the friendship. We don't really see her giving as much as we see her receiving and just being so demanding. And so I don't think that they're having those conversations, or I don't think that Melanie is really listening to Anaya, but we're listening to Anaya because in her confessionals, she is obviously bothered by Melanie consistently picking KC. So anyway, Melanie picks KC and they do the whole make out. And my God, today does KC kiss like a church boy? I love that saved boy. And her and so while she's kissing him, and Anaya is like, shocked. And as she's doing all this to make Sincere jealous, I don't think it's working. I feel like after this episode with Corbin now in the villa, that's how you make Sincere jealous. Because he, just like Melanie, does not see KC as competition. Because, you know how these dynamic works. You know how the dynamic works in them Black and people of color communities. So Melanie goes meet Corbin. She loses it because Corbin is her type. Kenzie goes, and my God, today she could not wait to bust that clam in front of Gabriel. He's not interested. He's just not interested. And I feel like Kenzie is doing what Melanie is doing. Kenzie is going after a guy who she thinks will be easier for her to acquire because she doesn't see that she doesn't see the girl that he's currently with, or coupled up with as competition. So she kisses him or whatever, and Gabriel, he's overly freaked out, so he goes with it, but he kisses her very differently than he kisses Beatrice. So I feel like there's something there with him and Beatrice. But anyway, Kenzie busts that clam in front of him and, makes out with him and, goes over to Zach and act like she's about to pick him, and then she rejects him. And I'm like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Like, the way Kenzie thinks that she's coming off, she is not. She's going to watch this back and cringe because there's no reason for her to be mad at Yeshua. Like, there's no reason. It's been like, 42 hours? Calm down, mama. Then Kyla goes, right? I'm not going to talk about Anaya. Like, Anaya went, it wasn't like any, real controversy. Casey enjoyed his time with her. I'm holding space. It is what it is. But anyway, Kyla goes and, she walks out and she's like, my office crush is Sincere. And the way she straddled that man, the kingpin of New Hampshire is not one to play with. The way Melanie was looking, Melanie was just like, all right. Wow. And kind of knew exactly what she was doing, right? So she makes out with Sincere, and then she gets a question from a random question. This show is so messy. They know exactly what they're doing. And the thing about it is, Melanie is so young. She is not going to clock that this show is going to do everything in its willpower to make this girl snap, because she's giving them reactions. And they're just like, how far can we push this? I told you about reality TV. So then Kyla randomly gets this question. And the question is, who do you think needs to upgrade their relationship or something like that? And Kyla goes, Sincere. And Melanie's just like, ooh, messy. Those two, when they finally go to battle, girl, she was like, ooh, messy. Lord. Oh no, the question was who needs a promotion from their couple, and she picked Sincere. And when Melanie, because Melanie knew that it was a shot at her, right? So she was like, "Ooh, messy," and I was like, "Oh, Melanie, you have met your match. You have met your match. Kaida ain't nothing to play with." So after the challenge, the girls are all hanging out and they're debriefing their makeout session with Corbin. And Corbin is everybody's type. My God, today they were just giddy and like, oh, he's so hot, he's so tall, and they could not get themselves together. Even Kenzie was like, yes. She was like, yes, I'm glad he's in the villa. Like she was so excited about Corbin. And then Melanie goes, I like to get something off my chest. And she's like, Kaida, why did you say that Sincere needs a promotion in his coupling? Like, what was that about? And Kaida was just like, well, I went for you because you went for me. You didn't miss a beat. Didn't miss a beat. I cannot believe that she's like a tough girl. She does not look like it. And Kaida was just like, because you came from me. So you were trying to try me, so I tried you back. That's why I did it. Melanie was like, oh, girl, that's not what I was trying to do. But I could see how that could have come off like that. I was like, yeah, back down, girl, back down, because you know. What I like about Kaida is that she'll match your energy. Kaida seems very, very sweet, but if you want to go, she's gonna go. She is never scared. Kaida is like, I'll be outside of the club if you think I'm a punk. Like she don't play. She do not play, and she's becoming a fan fave. Hurricane Kaida is becoming a fan fave. So Melanie was very smart to smooth things over with Kaida. This is so random, but I just thought about it. I know that Bryce's feet stink. I know them dogs is barking. Bryce, it seems like he only wore one pair of shoes and it's Tim's. To an island? To Fiji? Why are they dressing like it's cold? All the guys are dressing like Fiji is cold. And Bryce's feet stay in them Timbs. I know them dogs is barking. Why are you wearing Timbs? Don't he live on the West Coast? What? Yes, Timbs is like a style for New Yorkers, but they're also like functional for the climate that they're in. Lord bless the kids. I'm not going to judge. I used to wear low-rise glitter jeans. They were not functional at all. So I'm going to let the baby slide. But I just thought about it. I was like, I know his feet are stinking. So then the cast gets a text and they're told to gather around the fire pit. And KC, who can't take nothing serious, he gets a text and he's like, oh man. And he's like, to the villa, welcome Corbin. And then Corbin walks out and the guys are like, who the hell is this? So Corbin walks out and he like immediately starts talking to the guys. He's like, hey fellas, ladies, do you want me to tell them or do you want to tell them? And the guys are like, what you want to tell us? 3 days in, what you want to tell us? And Corbin was just like, well, since they don't want to tell you, in the challenge, I got to know the ladies, all of the ladies. And the guys were like, ah. And the girls was like, Corbin. Oh, these kids are starving. And so Corbin was just like, I kissed all of them. And all the guys are like, oh, you did what? Zach was like, I knew it. He was so disturbed by the presence of Corbin. I wonder if Kyla said that was her type or something, because Zach was nervous when Corbin stepped on to the show. So then Corbin says, "Fellas, I'm gonna speak with y'all ladies for a minute alone." And the guys were like, "All right." So he sits and he talks to the ladies. And here's the thing: Corbin has been told that he's been cute his entire life, because the way he was talking to them, I was like, "This is so cringe. This is so cornball." But he was just like, "Yeah, you know, I'm Corbin. Hey, ladies." And they were like, "Ah!" Right? And then I turned to him and was like, "How tall are you?" And he was like, "I'm 6'4". And they were like, "Ah!" He was like, "Yeah, right, 6'4". 6'4". Oh, they just made him feel like he was Hercules. Like he was just eating it up, and he would say like one thing, and they would go, "Ah!" This was so cute and cringe. The memories. The memories. But the funniest thing of this whole thing was, as Corbin was talking to the ladies, right across from them are the guys, and they are quiet. Silence. You can hear a pin drop. Sincere, who, baby, close that mouth. Sincere sitting there with his mouth open. He's just like, "We're cooked." Sincere was like, "That's our type. We're cooked. We're cooked." And they were all like, "Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked." And Zach was just like, "I could tell that he likes, I could tell that he likes Kyla. Look at his arm." Like, they start analyzing everything that Corbin is doing while he's talking to the ladies. And this is the first time I've ever seen the guys all collectively shook. Corbin got them shaking in their boots. Like, kind of got all of New Hampshire shaking in their boots. I could not believe it. I would have thought that a bombshell would have them like shaking in their boots. I never thought that it would be a Corbin. I guess the beauty standards are different for Gen Z, but I was just like, Corbin is the one that got you like that? Corbin? Okay, but the girls can't get enough of him. The guys are terrified of his presence. So it is what it is. Melanie loved every moment of talking to Corbin. It was to the point where I was just like, down girl. Down girl. Like, the girls were being extra, but Melanie, anything that Corbin said, it was too much. It was so much. It annoyed the hell out of Beatrice. It annoyed the hell out of her. So Melanie pulls Corbin for a chat, and Beatrice is just like, she's hogging him, and that's not right. I don't like how she's going about it. And when she gets back, I'm gonna tell her. So Beatrice let them know, y'all don't even have to go back and tell her. I'm gonna tell her when she get back. I'm gonna tell her myself. So y'all don't even got to do all that. I didn't like what she did, and I'm gonna let her know. So Melanie and Corbin go and have a good time. While Melanie and Corbin are talking, Sincere, he done let down his Burmese curls. He's stressed out. He's talking to Sean, and he's just like, that's her type. That's her type. I know she's gonna go for that. I know she's gonna go for that. He was like, man, I told her to explore. I said that we were both on explore, but like, yeah, she's gonna flip the script on me. He just got so nervous with the presence of Corbin. And I was like, is this the first time you ever had competition? I think that's what it is. I think these people are a 10 in their respective communities. And now that they're, like I said last live, now that they're all together and they're on the equal playing field, I think that these people are all going to crack under the pressure, because I don't think they're used to competition. I think they're used to being the prettiest and the most handsome person in the room. And now that they're in a situation where they're among all pretties, where they're among all handsomes, and some people are more universally attractive than others, I think they are all struggling bad. So anyway, while Melanie is talking to Corbin, before I even get into her and Beatrice conflicting, I gotta say this. So Melanie, when she tries to make Sincere jealous, she put on this stank walk. right? Which she leads, she like the butt is out, and she makes sure the cheeks are clapping when she do this walk, and it's very like, very stank walk, right? So she's walking by Sincere, acting like she don't see him, right? Her heels are clicking and clacking, and so is her behind, right? And then she's on Corbin as she walks by him. So she's walking by this close to Sincere, but acting like she don't see him as she walks by him. So she's walking by, and Sincere is like, she acts like she don't hear, or I'm sorry, they are watching some game. She acts like she don't hear or see him. And here's the thing. Sincere, I think, absolutely realizes that now he got a problem. That now he got competition. Like I said before, he was not upset that she was all on Casey, and she was trying to make him jealous, but she was trying to make him jealous with somebody that he really wouldn't get jealous about and leave her, or like, get angry and try to go for force with somebody else. She just wanted to make him jealous just enough. But now that Corbin is in the picture, somebody who he knows is her type, now that boy is nervous. And I think Melanie realizes that she has achieved the amount of jealousy that she wanted Sincere to get, but she's also really in to Corbin. So that's going to create some high drama. I'm telling you, the Afro Latinos are going to give us a show. Just you wait. So anyway, after Melanie talks to Corbin, she goes back over to the group, and she's just like, oh, he is it. He is. And she's so happy to tell the ladies about her conversation with Corbin, and Beatrice is just like, yeah, I ain't like that. I'm like, Beatrice, hold on. And then I was just like, huh? What? She's like, no, I ain't like that, because you're like all in his face. You're like hogging him like nobody can talk to him. And you know that Kenzie is single. I'm gonna stop you right there, Beatrice. You did not care about Kenzie being single. You cared about Melanie taking the attention of Corbin away from you. Beatrice is greedy. She likes to sample everybody. And she likes to be the center of attention for all the men. And I know y'all say that my girl plays for the other team. I don't see that. I just think that she's just a tough chick. But if she plays for the other team, who cares? But I think she likes the attention that she gets from men. All men, right? So she had a little problem that she couldn't, do a little thug thizzle with Corbin because Melanie was a little thirsty. But I'm just like, if you liked him, Beatrice, then you should have pulled him for a chat. Melanie liked him. None of y'all were pulling him for a chat. So she pulled him for a chat. And if you really cared about Kenzie being single, not having anybody, you would have whispered to Kenzie and told her to go pull him for a chat, because you've been coaching her the whole time, ever since Zach rejected her. So that wasn't about Kenzie. That was about you. But because you're booed up with Gabe, you didn't want people to clock you for being greedy. Now, you're my girl, but I got to be honest. So anyway, Melanie is like caught off guard, right? And I got to side with the crazy girl from North Philly. I really do have to side with her, because she apologized right away. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I just really liked him. And, I just wanted to talk to him. And I didn't know that I was doing that. And Beatrice was just like, yeah, you do it all the time. And Melanie was just like, what? Oh, I do it all the time? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. And Beatrice was just like, calm down. And Melanie was just like, And I was like that too. I just felt like she was very apologetic and wanted to get it right away. And Beatrice just like was very like antagonistic, which kind of shocked me, because I just didn't, I don't know her, but I just didn't get that from her. But she was real mad about Corbin. So I'm just like, oh, Corbin is everybody's type. For real. So Melanie's just like, wait, what's going on? And Beatrice is just like, no, I just want you to like, recognize what you did and take accountability. And Melanie was just like, I absolutely did take accountability. And Beatrice was just like, I just need to know that, you're going to change your behavior. And Melanie was just like, what? Because here's the thing. Who are you to tell somebody to change their behavior and all that stuff? Like the way Beatrice was talking to her, it was like she was talking down to her and like trying to check her. That's how I received it. And that's how she delivered it, right? And so Melanie was just like, well, I apologize. And I said that I wouldn't do that again. Like, now that you made it known to me that there's something that I'm doing that you don't like, I am very sorry about that, and I won't do that again. And Beatrice was just like, oh, okay, so if you acknowledge that, then there isn't a problem. And Melanie was just like, okay. When she cocked that head to the side, I said, yikes. That's a wrap. And so Beatrice then goes, all right, so how was your talk with Corbin? And Melanie was just like, oh, I'm not talking to you about him. And Beatrice was just like, why not? She was just like, girl, like, let's not play. You disrespected me. I don't feel comfortable discussing nothing with you right now. So she gets up and walks away. And Beatrice was just like, I didn't know that she was that sensitive. Well, yeah, Melanie is that sensitive, but you were also disrespectful. Like, you were trying to sun her, and she did not like that. And who would? Who would, right? So she gets up and she walks away, and she is clicking and clacking. She can't really go and talk to Sincere because, she tried to, play him, right? So she can't really go to him for any kind of help. And Sincere is already looking like, please don't come talk to me. Because I didn't like what you did, and I didn't like what you did. So she's trying to find somebody to talk to. So she walks over to Kaida, who was hugged up with Zach, and she goes, "I need somebody to talk to. Can I talk to you?" And Kaida was about to say no. Kaida was about to say no. Thank God Anaya went after her and was just like, "Come on, let's talk." Because if she didn't, Melanie and Kaida would have got into it. Because Kaida was just about to be like, no, go somewhere else. Like, no, we're not doing that. And so thank God Anaya came over and started talking to her. And when Anaya started talking to Melanie and walked away with her, Kaida was just like, those two, they're going to give us a show. They're going to give us a show. So anyway, Melanie is walking away, and Anaya is just, trying to talk to her. And she was just like, give me 10, give me 10, give me 10, give me 10, give me 10. Ooh, I told y'all them Afro-Latinos is going to give us a show. I don't think they're going to be as toxic as Huda and Huda, but I'm telling you, if you went to school, if you went to school with Italian Americans, high school, if you went to high school or middle school or junior high with Italian Americans or Latinos, you know exactly what's coming. You know exactly what's coming, and it's going to be epic. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this episode. Sunday's episode is going to be a recoupling, so that's going to be high emotions. So it's going to be high emotions. So get ready for that. Who do you think's going home? I think it's either Kenzie or Sean, and I'm fine with either one of them going. One is just boring, and the other one is propaganda, and he has got to go because I'm starting to feel conflicted. I'm standing my ground, but I don't like how I'm feeling. Oh, he was kissing on Kenzie, and I was like, me next. My God, today. Anyway, what do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Give me 10. Give me 10. Give me 10. Melanie and Sincere. Epic. We have to keep this couple at least until Casa Amor or movie night, right? Melanie and Kaida. Epic. Epic. We have to keep them, again, movie night, at least until movie night. I don't care about Casa with them two, but we got to keep these two at least until movie night. My God, today, Melanie, you met your match. You think just because she's from New Hampshire that you going to son Kaida? Hurricane Hyder going to let y'all know. She going to let y'all know why New Hampshire is shook. She going to let you know where she on the most wanted New Hampshire's list. Get ready. Get ready. It's a lot of comments in here, so I am going to get as many. Oh, hold on. Let me not do two things at once. Let me just stand still while I scroll the comments. Cause child, I'm shifting. Um, oh gosh, guys, it's like a lot of comments in here. I'm gonna try to get as many as I can. Hannah said, I'm sensing the energy of that demon from season 7 coming back into Melanie. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I went to high school with people like this. I'm telling you. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think she's going to fight hard and love hard. I don't think that she's going to victimize herself. That's one thing I don't think that's happening. I also think that when she has a talk with Anaya, I think they'll smooth everything over because I think she will be held accountable. Because although she's Latina, I think that Afro is going to save her in the empathy and understanding department. Not saying that Latinos aren't empathetic and don't understand, but I'm just saying I think the part of her that is Black will get it. But we'll see. Hannah also said the way Melanie cut them off mid-sentence to talk to Corbin Blue, disrespectful, child. WNC said I wouldn't be surprised if the site staff is hyping her up behind the scenes. Here's the thing: it's not the site staff; it's her producer. It's the producer that is assigned to her that is doing that. Bikini and Boat said, what is with Sean calling Kenzie immature, yet he keeps on kissing her? I think he's just trying to stay on the show. Like, he doesn't like Kenzie. He doesn't want to be with Kenzie, but he needs Kenzie to keep him around. So he's going to do what I just thought about. Get him off the show. I said a flashback of that kiss. He just grabbed the neck. No. Hey, E for Empathy. E for Empathy said, hey, Nikki, welcome back, Star Fam. Hey. BC Nick 22 said, why did Melanie go to Zach and Kaida to talk while she was melting down, though? I think she think that, it's sweet with her and Kaida. She don't know that Kaida got her number and she is not playing with her. And I'm telling you, had Anaya not come over there and got Melanie, it would have went down with those two. Because Kaida was about to tell her no. Kaida was about to shut that down. Kaida was just, one thing about Kaida, she's not going to be nobody's mammy. She's not going to be nobody's, you're not getting mammying from Kaida for nobody. She was about to be like, go somewhere else. I'm here with Jesus. Go somewhere else. Just John just said, Melanie is still a train wreck and Kenzie still can't read a room. Poor Tink Tinks. You're right about that. MFC said, am I alone in this? B is also a bit of a mean girl. Melanie is outshining her, but she gives me the same vibes. She was kind of rude to Kenzie and possessive of Gabriel. No hate, just an observation. I think she's a bit of a tough chick, but she's also greedy. Like, I like, now, I like Beatrice. That is my girl, but I'm just like, you're mad at Melanie for pulling Corbin for a chat. You could have done the same thing. Now, it seems like she might be more attracted to Corbin than she is Gabe. So that's why she wasn't as forward, because she was probably a bit nervous because this is a guy that she really likes or feel like might be out of her league. So she's not going after him the same way she would a guy who she's not that interested in, but he kind of cute. So I think that was her insecurities leading that conversation. Unfortunately for her, but it's just like, you had Sean, you didn't want to be with him fully. You wanted to explore. So you got with Gabe, right? So now you're exploring with Sean and Gabe, and now you want to explore with Corbin. That's fine, but you can't get possessive. You can. Now, I was fine with her exploring because that's the name of the game, and I like that she is playing it for the women. But it's like you can't get possessive. Like that's not fair. That's not fair. So everybody, so you can explore every damn body, but you're the only one that can do that. That's not fair. She was insecure, and she vomited that insecurity out on Melanie and tried to use Kinsey as like a default. That wasn't right, and that's my girl, but I had to call that out. Uh, Destiny said, "Wow, we were worried about Kinsey, but Melanie takes the crown for the crash out queen. We haven't seen her crash out yet. Oh, we haven't seen that crash out yet. I knew who Melanie was when she started to question Sincere about the new bombshell. I knew exactly who she was. I said, "Ooh," but Sincere caught on, but I don't think he knew how bad that it will get. The hand that rocks the cradle. Neglected said, Melanie talking to Corbin isn't the issue that I'm having. It's her interrupting him mid-sentence to pour him for a chat while he was talking to the group of ladies. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Just Jonda said, I love that Kaida gave Melanie the girl bye face. She was unfazed, unbothered, and unmoved. Absolutely. Destiny Child said Melanie is disrespectful and selfish. She's not a girl's girl and is male-centered. MFC said Kaida came through. She sure did. And she's just getting started. Her and Melanie, they're going to give us the show. When they go at it, they're going to split that villa. BC Nick said, I like how Kaida immediately went back at Melanie during the challenge. She didn't waste any time. And she let Melanie know as soon as she asked, why did you do that to me? Because you did it to me. Now what? Kaida. Kaida. Ooh, I'm loving her. Bikinis and Boats said Trinity and Bryce are definitely just friends trying to stay on the show. I agree. I hope that Bryce, I feel like Bryce might be falling for her just a bit. They gotta send in a bombshell for Bryce. Be yourself. Said if you can't beat him, then you gotta join him and keep your enemies close. Period. Nylon said, I'm glad Beatrice spoke because I don't need a repeat of last year when no one could say how they feel. Now, listen, I really did like that, right? I like that she let Melanie know how she felt, but the thing about it was she came to Melanie with an energy. It wasn't, hey, girl, let me pull you for a chat. I didn't like that. That made, we're all trying to talk to him and, we don't have much time. And, you pulled him right where we were trying to get to know him. And if you could just, be more respectful because he's new here and we're all trying to get to know him. I think the conversation would have went off very well. But Beatrice started off with, I don't like what you did. And you need to take accountability. Calm down. Don't get upset. But I'm just telling you, she was too much. Because here's the thing. I'm a very level-headed person, although I'm a Black American Sagittarius from Philadelphia inner city. But I am a very level-headed person. She couldn't talk to me like that. She couldn't talk to. I would have had a problem with that. WNC said, unfortunately, all the guys except Bryce are showing personality or hamming it up. Gabriel, Bryce is lacking any flavor to be mayonnaise. He's not elite next to these guys, and I think that's what he's struggling with because I think he's elite where he's from. BY says, too much is going on with people outing this cast. What is going on? Why are you hating on this cast so soon? It hasn't been a week yet. All the rumors are toxic because they're jealous. Here's the thing. The difference with this generations and generations before them, they are able to hate on a wider and global scale. Like if Love Island was premiering in like the early 2000s and the 90s, people who felt the same way would have been saying stuff, but it would not have spread or got to the cast so quickly because there was no like social media or if it was, people weren't on it like that. It was more for like school and work, right? But now that social media is there and everybody has access to it, the people who hate, now have a platform and they share the same platform with the people that they're hating on. Excuse me. So I don't think that there's a big difference. I just think that the tools that people have now, the hating can, spread a little quicker than it could back in the day. There's not much of a difference. It's just the social media is what is being, a vehicle for their hate. Just Jonda said, all the girls agree with Beatrice. These scenes are heavily edited. Melanie was likely more on to top than we saw. On it than we saw. Yeah, probably. And that's fine. I just didn't like how she's, well, I won't say I didn't like, what I will say, like I said before, she couldn't talk to me like that. We would have had something, because I also felt like Melanie was receptive. So there wasn't a reason to go on if she got it the first time. She immediately apologized. So why you got to keep on talking and reiterating your point? Kimberly said, dare I say, Bryce is an unsalted saltine, an oyster cracker, if you will. But that's the thing. He's, probably a filet mignon. Where he from? Jay Raylin said, I'm all for some drama, but I don't want another Huda. I'm gonna need Melanie to go. Give her a chance. I don't think she's gonna be a Huda, but I understand because we were all traumatized by that lady's abuse. So I do get it. I do get it. Neglectic said, I'm going to need future contestants who come on the show to watch the earlier seasons. You're supposed to pull different people for chats, but you have friends in the villa to save you. I think they all know that. I think they're all just catching feelings far too quickly. They're catching feelings more than season 7. Season 7 was not, they was exploring every damn body to the point, remember, we were getting annoyed, like, who's going to couple up? They explored too much for us. These people are not exploring at all. It's like we just have two very opposite sides of the spectrum from 7 to 8. And this is like, listen, the fan base has to figure out what they want, because you don't want influencers, you want regular people. Regular people are going to take a very long time to warm up to the cameras and the competition, because regular people are not used to the spotlight, or regular people are not chasing the spotlight. So it's going to take them a minute. It's going to take a little bit more producer prodding to get them to get in there and get it. But if you got people who are aspiring actors or influencers or TikTokers or YouTubers, and these people who want to be famous, want to be on camera, want to be the producer's favorite, want this to be an opportunity, they're going to do whatever, and they're going to do it to a huge magnitude. So you gotta, what do you want? What do you want? This is what you're going to get with regular Degulars, right? Season 7 is what you're going to get with TikTokers, influencers, YouTubers, aspiring actors and artists and things like that. So maybe the healthy balance is a mixture. Maybe that'll work. Maybe we'll see with season 9, but this is what you're going to get with regular Degulars. And listen, I'm not saying regular Degulars and looks or whatever, but I'm saying, like, these people are, everyday people who have everyday jobs. Bryce fixes trash trucks. Casey, changes people's pampers. Yeah. None of them have like 1 million followers. I think one girl, didn't we see she had like 4,000? And I think she just got that. So you gotta, maybe a mixture is the answer. Who knows? Spency, hello. Spency said, hi, hey, Nikki.Star and fam. Will be a part of the replay gang, but Mel is unwell. We got Latinos in the chat. Here's the thing. Mel is not unwell. Mel is a Latino girl from Philly. If you ain't never met a person from Philly or a Latina from Philly, I'm telling you. I remember. See, this is not a story about a Latina, but I told you about that Italian girl that got into a fight in front of the Rite Aid in South Philly? How her and that black girl was about to throw hands, and she told the black girl to hit her, and she was like, "Hit me, do what you want to do, and if you touch me, I'm gonna cut up your head and piss in your neck." And we were all like, "My God, what the hell is wrong with you?" Everybody was so shocked, but like that is the energy of those people. Philadelphians are always on go, no matter the culture. They are kind people. They're not nice. They're not, and they are always ready to go. That's why I always tell you, I am never an advocate for violence. Unfortunately, I come from a city where violence is not an answer, but it's definitely an option. So it's like, if you think that Melanie is unwell, girl, you wouldn't like South Philly. You wouldn't like 18th and Diamond. You wouldn't be able to survive 61st and Pine. Maybe Chestnut Hill, because they're a little normal. And the Mount Airy girls, see, now you might be able to do the Mount Airy girls, because the Mount Airy girls, they are just pretty. They don't get into nothing. They don't do all that fighting. They are pretty and cute, and that's it. That's it. They might bend back fingers, but that's it. They don't get into it. They don't get into it. They go to a little private Catholic school, and they stay on their side. They're not going to West Oak Lane. They're not doing all of that. They're not doing all of that. MFC also said they all seem a bit nervous, which is nice, which is a nice contrast to the performance of the influencer crowd. Yeah, I think they're all going to do very well. I think we just got to give them a moment. Let them warm up. That's what I'm saying. You haven't really met Melanie. She's getting comfortable, so stuff is starting to slip out. But you ain't met her. You ain't met her. Hey, Simply Simone. Simone said, Melanie is giving me war flashbacks from season 7. I don't think she's going to be, I think she's going to crash out. But I don't think that is going to be a point where it becomes unbearable. I think it's going to be good TV, and she's going to get it together. Melanie, please don't embarrass me. I'm trying to get them to understand you. Girl, don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me, because I will put you on Ben Salem with the quickness. Don't be going on that show acting Joe. WNC said Casey does give younger brother. I'm glad he's not over-sexualizing himself. I think he should keep the funny, corny little bro act up. Not everyone should go the Gabriel route. And I absolutely agree. I love to hear a little church boy. I also love the fact that he is holding back because he knows that, grandmom is watching. I like it. He reminds me of Jalen. I like him. Brittany said that made me like Kaida Moore. She doesn't play. You know what? Not the slap did not make me like her more. But I will say the fact that, like, here's the thing, white women. When y'all come out and say that a, biracial woman, but, in America, she's considered black, although have her tell it, she Haitian in German. When you have somebody like that who obviously is raised and, doing life in a predominantly white area, when y'all come out and say that somebody like that is a mean girl and a bully, because of America's history, we tend to not believe you. So why it backfired is because it was a bunch of white girls saying that Kaida is a bully. And all the non-white people who grew up in white communities and all the non-white people who have to share this planet with Caucasians was just like, what did you do? Right? Because of your history. So that's where that is coming from. It's not like some people are happy that she's smacking the white girls up, but a lot of people are just like, we've been on the receiving end of communing with you. It's not fun. So, again, what did you do? So they tried to expose her for being a bully, but inadvertently exposed themselves. Because now we're like, were you tormenting this black girl, this pretty black girl who, was getting the attention of the guys you liked, and she didn't allow you to son her? Or was she actually a bully? Like, it's hard to believe you because of your history. So that's why she got more popular when we, not me, when people saw her smacking up them white girls and having them shaking their boots. Because we're all inclined to believe that she was actually pushed to that. Because again, you don't have a good track record. Hannah said Melanie met her match with Kaida. She sure did. Is it not Kaida? Is it Kaida? Oh, child, am I being Melanie? Kaida, KK, Katie, Kimberly. Is her name Kaida? Hey, Audie. Audie said Melanie fell back when Kaida stepped to her. Sure did. Is my mic on? I said, oh. I never even clocked that. Is my mic on? Said Haitians and Dominicans fighting again. My goodness. I never even clocked that. I don't think that's what's happening there. You think it's a culture war? I think they just fighting over a dude. I just think they fighting over a dude. I think because of how Kaida looks, she is gravely underestimated. But she does not play. Double T said Kinsey and Melanie are so pressed. I feel like that's just with everybody. Again, because these people are 10s where they're from. They're not 10s on this show. Some are 4s, Some are 9s. So I think they're all having a hard time to adjusting to the Love Island reality, because they also are on pins and needles, because they know that if they're the regular cast, that the 10 plus 10s are the bombshells. And so they're already expecting not to be able to compete what's about to walk through them villa doors. They got this cast shaking in their boots. Production got this cast feeling like how Kaida makes all of New Hampshire feel. Or Kaida Katie. Hey, Caitlin. Caitlin said when they were saying during the challenge, this is an HR violation and some people may lose their jobs or something like that, I was like, ooh, Shaw may already be unemployed and he don't even know. He's such a horn dog too. The way he was grabbing on Serenity or Trinity, I said, oh my God, unhand her, Sean. Unhand her. Get him off my show. Be Yourself said Casey is waiting on his type, who I think is a Melanie. We'll see. I don't know what, what? I think that Casey's type is anointed. You know what I mean? I feel like his type is a praise and worship singer. I feel like his type is a Black American praise and worship singer with big hips. I feel like the girl that walks through there is going to be singing a Bomb in Gilead, and that's what's going to get him hyped. I feel like that bombshell is going to sashay into that villa in a blocked hill penny loafer and just humming, there's a woman in Gilead. And he's going to be like, what? What is that? I think that's what's going to happen. I think what's going to finally catch his attention is a Kojic sister. That's what I think his type is. Somebody who he can go bar for bar with scriptures with. You know what I mean? Somebody says, touch not my anointing. He goes, do my prophet no harm. I think that's his type. Just John said, Casey is not that into Anaya. Anaya is not that into KC. The first racially ambiguous girl that shows him attention, he is out. We'll see. Because if she don't speak in tongues, I don't think he's gonna go for her. MFC said, if Sean, he does not. I rebuke it in the mighty and the matchless name of Jesus. He does not. I'm not feeding for no cop. Please don't put that on me. It was just when he grabbed her neck. Miranda said, I rock with him. Kaida ain't new to this. She true to this. She dealt with the Melanies before and came straight for her in the challenge. I felt like she's dealt with Melanies. She's dealt with Ambers and Kimberly's and Abigail's, Sasha's, Kenyatta's. I feel like she's dealt with everybody, and she is not one to play with. The ancestors, the Haitian ancestors, are strong in that one. Be Yourself said Casey and Anaya is similar to Taylor and Ola, except both are less vocal. But I think Casey is more into Anaya's dad's fame than Anaya, and Anaya don't like Casey like that either. So that's why she was confusing me, because I'm just like, why are you mad that Melanie is talking to him? Are you more mad that Melanie, your friend, is talking to a guy who you're coupled up with? Or are you more mad that Casey is entertaining Melanie? What do you guys think? Hey, Kiana said, I don't know if she's going back Sunday. She is real interested in Corbin. Guys, I'm telling you, I went to high school with Melanie's insinceres. Okay? They gonna go through it. They gonna put the whole villa through it. And then at the end of this season, they're going to be crying to each other. You know, Sincere might propose. just you wait. Just you wait. Just John just said that challenge was so nasty with the triple kissing each other. I had to fast forward through most of it. I will say this is the first time that I've seen anybody on Love Island get really mad about like the slime in the challenge. Like everybody's just like, oh my God, this is gross. Like that's a normal thing, right? Like, oh, don't push me in the slime. But everybody that got thrown in that slime was pissed. They did not want to be in that, especially Bryce. Bryce wasn't talking to Trinity for a second because he was like, you picked me? He was real heated about that. So I feel like when the challenges get grosser and grosser, oh, they're going to have some problems. They are going to have some problems. Just John also said, Corbin gives regular light skin black to me. When I saw him, I couldn't even enjoy his looks because I know at least 10 people whose son look just like him. Have you met a Samoan? You never know. You never know. I'm telling you, the way they style themselves, they could be anything. They could be anything. I'm telling you. I think he's both. Well, XO, she said that she does that. Says Melanie is self-sabotaging. She knows that she does that. I don't know why she won't work on it. I don't know why she won't work on it. Shai said Corbin is good looking, but not sure how much he can carry a conversation. Oh, he can't. He can't. I'm 6'4". Yeah, 6'4". Okay. Okay. Yeah. Exo said Anaya will get sick of it. I've been friends with girls like Melanie before. I don't know if you guys watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but Melanie and Anaya gives me Portia and Shamia. And I will not elaborate any further. Is my mic on? Said Melanie gives to Kinsey from what I've seen. Not sure who she gives to the other girls though. What do you mean Melanie gives to Kinsey? What do you mean? BY said, I confuse Anaya. She is jealous of Casey and Mel, but I don't think she likes Casey. I'm confused by Anaya. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But I think it could just be that, greediness, right? That some Love Islanders have, where it's just like, I want to explore. And I'm going to tell the person I'm coupled up with that I want you to explore as well. But I really don't want you to explore. Because if what I'm exploring with doesn't work out, I still want to be able to have you there, but I can't say it. So that's probably what's happening there. It's like Casey is not her first choice, but he is a choice. So she doesn't want to lose him, but she also wants to see what is happening with Sean and maybe Sincere. But I don't think she's going to pursue Sincere because of how much Melanie is into him. But Melanie isn't giving her the same respect. So she might see what it is with Sean. And if she do, Jesus. My God, today. Zora said Zach is looking for someone to run him. He's mentioned that he wanted a dominant woman. How many times? Yeah. Well, he got it in Kaida. He got it in Kaida. Be Yourself said Casey is Anaya's easy way of remaining in the villa. And Mel thinks the same thing. Oh, you're probably right about that. Did said, I don't know why Melanie thought that she was the HBIC in the house. Mel was sick when Kaida played her game. I think Melanie felt like she was the HBIC in the house because she requires a lot, right? As a friend. So when she's going off, all the girls are going to her, never holding her accountable, but making sure that she is okay. They do the same thing with Kenzie. They don't hold each other accountable. Now they'll quietly say something, about how the other is, maybe if they're sitting down with one of the guys or talking to each other, but they'll never say it in a group and they'll never say it to that person. They are very non-confrontational. The girls are very non-confrontational with, the girls that they consider a friend. Like they won't call them out. I'm so disappointed that they have yet, except for Trinity, to be like, Kenzie is doing too much. Like it's ridiculous. No, they are, stroking her ego, telling her that Zach is wrong, making her feel like her delusional way of thinking about this boy makes sense. So they don't do that. But what's going to happen is the resentment is going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And then finally, one of them is going to say something and everything is going to blow up. Hello, Huda last season. They kept on mammying her. She was such a problem. And they would talk to each other about how problematic she was, but nobody addressed her until it was too late. And she had become this protected monster in the house. And then you're just like, oh, girl, that ain't right what you did. And then she's breaking down and crying and feeling like a victim. And you're just like, oh, like, Huda, this isn't fair. But when she was doing that to Jeremiah, when she was crashing out about any new girl that came in, Adriana, any new girl that came in, when she was doing all that crashing out, none of y'all checked her. Y'all babied her. Y'all mammied her. Y'all told her that how she felt was right. She was dead wrong. For some reason, they do not hold each other accountable. So they're all on this island looking hella crazy and nobody's saying anything. They might say something to their partner and be like, oh, she did too much. But when you get in front of her, oh, girl, come here. It's okay. No, y'all have to hold each other accountable. Shoni said this was a messy challenge and I loved it. A messy, absolutely planned challenge because the producers absolutely made sure that Kyla got that question. That was not random. Miranda said, I like Bia and Kenzie's talk though. Me too. It seemed like Kenzie was able to really talk to B and be honest about how she was feeling. Unfortunately, Melanie was cheating and ruined Kenzie's moment. Diabolical. But nobody's clocking her on that foolishness. You look crazy, Kenzie. But none of them are going to say it to her. Like, I do not understand. Fid said, am I tripping? But they were overly going crazy about Corbin. Thoughts? Here's the thing. Again, I'm from Philadelphia and the city. We got a different standard. So I didn't understand why they were going so crazy. Corbin is probably a standard where they're from. For me, I was just like, oh, okay, ambiguous. But maybe that's maybe that's the kids Tyson Beckford. I don't know. But I did feel like they was doing too much, but they were all doing too much. Even Kenzie. I know Kenzie can't wait to do a split in front of Corbin. They were all going crazy over him. I don't know. Maybe this is their light skin phase. I don't know. I do not know. Amani said, "Wow, you're live already. Hello, to the show. Late in Canada. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Amani. Thank you for being here. Glock. Is that your name or is your name Glow? Because every time I see your name and I see your image, I'm like, what's up, Glock? Like, is that how I pronounce it? Forgive me, Philadelphian. Compared how Kenzie took Beatrice's feedback to how Melanie took it. Listen, I get it, but Beatrice was different. She had a different tone with Kenzie. She did not have the same tone with Melanie, but Beatrice had some time to think about it and approach Kenzie. Beatrice was upset and she spoke to Melanie in that moment. That's the difference. Hey, to us for life. Thank you so much for being here. Storm is number one. Said Kaida said she was coming for her no matter what that card said. Yep. She didn't stutter and she did not hold back. Huh. She said you came for me, so hello. Hello. WNC said they don't know how to be fashionable in the tropics. It's a skill issue. But I'm just like, did nobody tell them? At least get some Vans. You're in LA. What are we doing? I don't understand. Ice Macchiato said Corbin's entrance kind of reminded me of Miguel's entrance. Yeah. Yep. Remember, y'all like Miguel now, but y'all thought he was corny. Y'all thought he was corny with them holy socks. Excuse me. Ether Empathy said, "Hey, Star fam, thank you for always supporting Nikki and remembering to like the video." Yes, thank you all so much. Like the video, hype the video, share the video. Thank you so much for being here. Janelle said, "Why is nobody acting like that over my baby, Daddy Sean?" Child, he fertile. Be careful. I think nobody's acting like that over him because he's a cop. That is such a turnoff. That's when, and he also has a kid. These girls are younger than him. They need to get somebody on Love Island who's 31. Who's 31 with a kid too. Like, y'all don't have anybody in his age range or life range. Being a cop and having a kid changes everything. The girls could have worked with country music. Copping a kid, nah, too much. Moza said the ladies are glazing Corbin up. I don't think they're that interested other than Melanie maybe. I hope that's the case because they lost their marbles when he walked in. Too Sexy said, I love how everybody's in their feelings. Me too. It was so hilarious watching those guys be nervous for a second. Ice Macchiato said Zach was breaking down the body language. He sure was. He sure was. Him and Sincere were very nervous about Corbin. I wonder why. I wonder why. XO said Bryce comparing heights had me weak. You can see all their insecurities were coming out. Bryce had them shaking in their boots, and I was like, oh, okay. Zora said Beatrice showed communication skills in her scene with Mel. She was respectful but clear and direct. Here's the thing: you can be respectful, you can be clear, and you could be direct. But you have to realize, and maybe I understand Melanie because I'm from Philly, but you also have to realize how you talk to people, how you intended to talk to them is not how they received it. Beatrice, no shade, yes, she's half Mexican, but she still is perceived as a white woman. And you are telling a Black woman, Afro-Latina, to calm down when she's not even getting aggressive yet. I just cannot agree with the way Beatrice handles that. Now, you can judge Melanie on anything else. And that situation, she was right. Guys, she apologized immediately and said sorry. It should have been dead. Beatrice did not have to keep on going and then telling her, well, you need to accept accountability. I want to make sure you change your behavior. Who the hell are you talking to? I'm sorry. She couldn't have talked to me like that. That just would not have, that would have been okay with me. I want to make sure you accepting accountability. And if I don't, what you gonna do? Like, you can't talk now. Guys, she was wrong. She was wrong. Moses said, guys, let the girls do their makeup how they wanna. Maybe what you don't like is just their preference. Here's the thing. Obviously, if we're talking about Anaya, because everybody has been up in arms about Anaya and her makeup, and I talk about this a lot in my Housewives reviews. They have glam, the Housewives, so their makeup is always impeccable. You have to realize these girls don't have glam, and it's completely unfair because they're going to be on camera. So these girls are doing their makeup back home for their iPhone, right? Or their YouTube channel. So they're working with a specific kind of camera. They are not in front of the $50,000 HG 4K to the billionth camera, a billionth K camera, and under these HD studio lights. They're also on an extremely hot island where the natives of that land are dark-skinned people. So that sun is hitting. I think they sitting on the equator. That sun is hitting. So they're coming to this island doing makeup for social media or their laptop or computer camera. None of these are regulars, guys, right? None of them has been in the studio. None of them has been under studio lights. None of them have been on the set. Like, yes, they've done some modeling, but when you're doing, for the few that did modeling, somebody's doing your makeup. A professional is doing your makeup. So they're coming to this set with no glam, using their skills that has worked for them while they're using cameras, while they're using iPhone cameras and filters. So they're not being filmed on an iPhone. They're not able to use filters. They've all gotten significantly darker than the foundation they brought there because they're under the sun. And now the makeup that they are using is no longer effective. And because it is not stage makeup, they're looking a little wonky. Give them a break. Give them a break. They're unprepared. And I think it's not the fault of the women on the show, because that's who we're dragging. It's the fault of the show. Those kids should have glam. With how much money Peacock makes off of those kids, there should be glam. They're just now starting to get little makeup packages and things like that, and just starting to get a couple clothing sent in. But that's because it's a commercial. So they're only getting a certain amount of clothing. Everybody is sharing clothing because nobody has enough. It's unfair. This show is making Peacock a lot of freaking money. NBC is getting a lot of money from this show. The kids should have glam. They're going to be on TV. These images are going to live for a very, very long time. They should have glam. Like the girl last season from Utah who had all of that work. She looked real different on her Instagram. Why? Because she's using a different camera that doesn't have the highest quality, that doesn't zoom in on your freaking pores. And she was also using filters. But now she doesn't have that. So she looks extremely different than she does online. She also doesn't have the glam for this set. So that's why they look the way they look. Get them kids a break. They don't have glam. Maybe Love Island season 20, they'll finally, dip into their $1 billion budget and use it on the cast. But again, this is why you get reality TV. This is why you do reality TV, because you can be non-union and you don't have to treat these people humanely. Now, if this was Love Island with SAG influencers or actors, they would all look a lot different because there will be requirements. But this is a non-union show. So you can get away with everything because there is no union protecting the performers. So give them a break. Give these kids a break. Just John just said, sometimes what happens with makeup is that the Black girls don't bring additional shades with them. Yep. So when they get darker in the sun, the makeup ends up being too light. That's why Anaya looks better, with no makeup than she does with the foundation that she has, because she's gotten significantly darker within a few days. And remember, they've also been there a while. So they've been quarantining. They've also been, doing the faux Love Island before the real Love Island. So she's gotten significantly darker. And that foundation is not doing what it used to do. Irene said, I've never seen a guy's confidence tumble as quickly as it does when they meet a guy taller than them. That is exactly why Corbin kept on saying 6'4", because he knew what it was doing. He knew what that status, what that height status gave him. Ice Macchiato said, no, Beatrice really didn't want Kenzie to have the first chat with Corbin. They agreed on it because Beatrice is greedy. She's greedy. And I don't know why nobody's calling her out on that. And I'm calling her out on that, and I like her the most. Hey, Ramel, thank you so much for being here. Moses said Kenzie could have pulled too, but didn't. Yeah. Because Kenzie's probably used to getting pulled. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to give them a moment to realize they're in a competition for some money. Because right now, all of their worlds are shook. And their worlds are going to keep on getting shook because the bombshells are going to keep on coming. Jennifer said Kenzie should have just grabbed him first. They all had a chance. Absolutely agree. Too Sexy said, I think Melanie is a liar. She knows what she be doing. Absolutely. You see how she played, acting like she ain't know Kaida's name? Kimberly? Katie? What's her name? Melanie. Becoming Lana said, I know everyone loves Beatrice, but I'm just not feeling her like that. I've been trying since episode 1, but I don't see it. And that's fine. She's not everybody's cup of tea. Especially Melanie. Be Yourself said, first dibs is a way to make her look desperate. It's a mind game. Oh, absolutely. Just John said, I think B was genuine in wanting Kenzie to get a shot. They all spoke about it beforehand. But I still think that she likes Corbin because remember, she was sitting there very quiet. We've never seen her like that. She is so confident. I feel like Corbin is all of their type. And I think that Corbin is more Beatrice type than Gabe because she's so different with him, or she was so different in that conversation with him. Especially she was also on the end and she was quiet. Beatrice has so much confidence. She was real quiet when it was Corbin. I'm not going to put that on Kenzie. Wavy said, nah, Mel does the nicety apology. She did it when she hugged Kaida too, and Kaida called her out on it. Now, she absolutely did that with Kaida. I don't think she was doing that with Beatrice because they don't have no beef. And she doesn't see her as competition. Now, with Kaida, she absolutely does. Irene said, whether or not it was about Kenzie, I do respect her addressing something that bothered her pretty respectfully. The way Melanie crashed out was a bit too much. Well, we're just going to see it differently. Let me leave your comment while I talk about it. We're just going to have to see it differently because I did like that she said, oh, I'm gonna tell her. So y'all don't have to do no time. Y'all don't got to go back and tell her that I'm gonna tell her when she get here. I respect that, but it was the calm down and you need to hold yourself accountable. Okay. Y'all let people talk to y'all like that? I don't know. Maybe it's my Philly mindset. Well, who are you talking to? Like, I just want to make sure that you're taking accountability. Who the hell are you talking? No, we just going to have to disagree. We just going to have to disagree. And I'll admit that she absolutely does. T-Cake said Mel fakes like she doesn't know what she's doing, but she does. Oh, absolutely. Listen, when she said, okay, I said, oh, that's Melanie. That's Melanie. Janelle said, Kenzie's issue is she wants these men to come to her. She isn't used to not being chased. This isn't Kennesaw anymore. Yes, and she's also expecting the POC girls to bring the men to her. Kenzie don't be doing no work. You know what she does? She tell the black girls and the POC girls, the guys that she likes. Have them look that the Beatrice is getting into something right now with Melanie because she's doing work for Kenzie. Kenzie don't do nothing but complain and try to make Zach a villain. If you like the guy, go after him. Why she need a spokesperson in Beatrice? Why all the girls got to back off because Kenzie ain't got a guy? This is Love Island. Tighten up and get in the game. Hannah said Melanie is passive aggressive. Facts. Storm is number one, said when she told her to relax, that was passive aggressive. Yeah. What was I saying? Calm down. No, the relax. She would have got the same reaction out of me. Okay. Who you telling to relax? I think also, let me give you a cultural aspect of this that I don't think you guys are picking up on. The way Beatrice was talking to Melanie was aggressive in Philadelphia terms, right? The relax. You don't tell a Philadelphian to relax because that is signaling that you want something, right? That's signaling that you want to go, right? And I don't think that Beatrice caught Melanie's energy shifting because she kept on going. I just want to make sure that you're taking accountability. If you saw her switch up after the relax, we should have ended that conversation. But then after she apologized for it, right? Then you say, well, I'm doing this because Melanie said, well, I apologize. And she said, oh yeah, but I'm just doing this to make sure that you know that you need to take accountability. Who are you talking to? Like, for me, I felt like that was disrespectful. People are seeing it differently, and I think it might just be a geographical misunderstanding of how cultures operate in certain cities and areas. Because I'm telling you, every Philadelphian that watched that, except for the Mount Airy girls and the Chestnut Hill girls, watched that and was just like, yeah, she did too much. She did entirely too much. Y'all mean to tell me that you're in a conversation with somebody and they tell you to relax and check you and you're going to be okay with that and be like, thank you. Thank you for telling me to relax. Thank you for making sure that I'm held accountable. And I just met you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. EXO said when Melanie did that creepy smile, I was like, oh, she's got some screws loose. You know, have you guys ever seen the movie Smile? That's how Melanie smiles when she's about to crash out. I hope the cast realizes that when that girl is about to crash out, okay, and she don't blink, learn her behavior. Well, see, here's the thing. Thank you for bringing it up, Bree. Bree said, I think that Melanie was acting dumb because Trinity did ask her to back up in the moment. But you see the way that Trinity spoke with her and agreed, with her behavior? She didn't like what she did, but she spoke to her in a way of, oh, I still want to savor this relationship. Like, it wasn't. Beatrice was upset, guys, and she spoke to her upset. Let's not cloud our judgment because you don't like Melanie. I think that's what's happening here. I think you don't like Melanie, so there's nothing that she's going to do that's going to be right. But y'all know me. Anybody can get it at any time. Like, I'm always going to be as fair as I can be, and I'm always going to critique the episode as I go on. Also, I'm not really invested in these people like that, except for Bishop and First Lady Anaya. But we like, you might not like the girl, but you gotta be able to see that Beatrice was on one when she was speaking to her. I will not sit here and believe, especially you sisters, that a non-Black woman can talk to you to tell you to relax and check you And you'll be like, thank you. I don't believe it, sisters. I don't believe it. A black woman couldn't talk to you like that. I don't believe it. Y'all are not going to convince me. Y'all are not going to convince me that Beatrice could have talked to you like that, and you would have been like, I deserve that. I know Melanie ain't your fave, but let's not gaslight me. Risa said, listen, KC, Bryce, and Gabriel had me laughing hard with their direct nosiness, and Melanie's confessional had me in the brink of tears. I don't know what the F her problem is. She was having a whole conversation in that confessional, and she was having a conversation in a way like she thought that we were going to respond, and I was like, Melanie, it's getting creepy. Sister is getting creepy, and then she's crying. I feel like it's going to get real exhausting with her, and I hope if she wants to remain on the show, I think she's absolutely going to have to control them emotions, because people are going to get real tired of her and get exhausted. I don't think that her crash outs are going to be protected like Huda. I think as soon as like it gets to a point where people are uncomfortable, I think she's going home. So she better know how to control that. Audie said, nah, Melanie is covert. Agreed. When she said relax, and then at the end when she said I did, she was weird. Yeah. Weird because homegirl told her to relax. Am I missing something? Somebody can tell you to chill, relax, calm down, take accountability, and y'all will just eat that? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Maybe you would. I was just saying it could never be me. It could never be me. Purdy said, I think B was also getting some smoke off for whatever Melanie has been doing behind the scenes. Now that I can agree with. I think that just like with Huda, I think that Melanie has had a bit more indiscretions than we've been able to witness, because it does seem like the cast is getting a bit tired of her. But I won't say that she's a Huda. I won't put that on her. Huda was horrible. I won't put that on her. But I can, sense a bit of exhaustion. If not from the cast, definitely from Sincere. As my Michael said, I think Melanie did apologize genuinely at first, but she wanted to dead the convo after it. Well, she thought it was done. And then Beatrice went back and added some more to it. I would have acted like Melanie in that conversation. Guys, again, maybe it's a Philly thing. I don't know. Barb Meets World said, I think B wanted Kenzie to have first dibs, because if Kenzie hits it off with Corbin, then her spot stays secured with Gabe, being as though Kenzie was his second choice. Now we're talking, Barb Meets World. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I think that's exactly what happened. T. Kate said she only apologized to shut B up, and it didn't work. I don't think she apologized to shut B up. I don't know if it was genuine or not, but I do think that she wanted to get out of that situation, because it seemed like all the girls felt the same way, and nobody wants to be, in a situation where everybody is mad at you. So I think she was trying to dead that to clean that up real quick. Here's the thing. Beatrice helped her, right? By keeping it going. Then she was able to put herself in a position where she would be a victim. If after the apology, Beatrice would have been like, okay, thank you for hearing me out, and that would have been it. But she kept on going. To the point where not only did Melanie get annoyed, Melanie cried. You're helping her. You're helping her. Hell, Tony has said, like, how many times was she supposed to apologize? You get it. Listen, I don't know, girl. Are we wrong? Where are you from? Because to me, I felt like Beatrice was disrespectful. That was the most ridiculous thing to me, Jennifer. Jennifer said, why would she go to Kada? That was the most ridiculous thing to me. Oh, let me put the comments up here too, so I can keep up with the current comments as I go through the older ones. I didn't know. I was like, of all people, you went to Kaida? Y'all were beefing like an hour ago. Why would you go for her? Hannah said, now Melanie knows Kaida's name when she needs someone, but last night she couldn't remember her name. Yeah, and Kaida is picking up on everything. Kaida is picking up on everything. D1 said Mel's know what she's doing. Mel knows what she's doing. She acts like she doesn't know what she is doing. She wants to get back at Sincere. Oh, she absolutely does. What I think is so hilarious is that everybody on Threads is calling him everything but Sincere. The names that they have for him, child. He's skilled. He's skilled. No. Wavy said it also cracks me up that Mel is Dominican and Kaida is Haitian. Not Fight Night Hispaniola edition, child. I never even thought about that. Audie said if Corbin chooses Kaida, Melanie is going to. That's the thing. I think you also have to remember Kaida's a bombshell. So she's there to shake things up. I think she just might. But Zach is so sweet. He might be too sweet for her. I don't know. That's going to be so messy. Because here's the thing. If Corbin gets to choose the one that he wants to be with and he picks Kaida. WNC said, let Sean leave. He was the deputy sheriff in Northern Cali in 2021. That timeline is disturbing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Why he leave Contra for Bethlehem? Let's think. Thank you. We needed that, WNC. Thank you. Ice Macchiato said, Nikki, I think you missed when B and the girls had a convo about Kenzie having the first chat with Corbin. You're absolutely right. I did forget that. I did forget that. Now, that does make sense. That does make a bit more sense why Beatrice spoke to Melanie. I still stand firm in the fact that the girl apologized. It should have been deaded. It should have been deaded. She did not have to keep on going back. Hey, vitamin C, vitamin Chi. As we go on, we'll remember all the times we shared together. I like that B did it publicly. Me too, because it showed Mel that the feeling was mutual between all the girls. If it was private, she would have been taking it personally and had a beef. I also liked it because it clears up any misconception, right? We don't have to deal with the telephone game. Like she did it to her face in front of everybody. So there should be no confusion. I think I like that directness. Just John said Bryce is just hair that carries him where he's from. Probably. And he got a crazy jawline. Jay Rillin said, nah, Melanie ain't respecting none of the girls when she was mad and sincere. She said she's talking to everyone's person. That I will agree with. Guys, I agree with everything you're saying, except for the fact that Beatrice should have kept on going and Melanie should have just taken that. I'm not just taking it. No. If you said I did something you did not like and I apologize, that needs to be it. Coming back, correcting me, making sure I take accountability. And if I start to feel a little something about how you talk to me, you're telling me to relax or chill. Okay. Well, now I got to get disrespectful. Jennifer said, remember last year, all the guys got mad at Jeremiah at the beginning for not I'm telling you, this is polar opposites. This is polar opposites. Be Yourself said, I think Kaida will bring the drama, so I'm supporting until I'm not. Yeah, I don't really have any faves. I like Beatrice more because I feel like she's just more relatable, but I don't really have any faves. I don't have any clients. I'm just enjoying, our Sims go through it. Hey, Jesse. Jesse said, the only thing Melanie did wrong was pull him for a chat mid-conversation, LOL. Corbin didn't even finish his sentence. Girl, chill. But you know what? Did y'all see Serenity? No, Trinity? Because she was, how tall are you? I said, Trinity, calm down. Calm down. Dahlia was upset. It might be that Melody isn't a girl's girl. Oh, she absolutely isn't. Just because they're all women. In her eyes, these strangers are competition, not budding friends. I actually get that. No, you can see that she's not a girl's girl. She's not a girl. You can see that she's extremely male centered. She is definitely not a girl's girl. Um, Be Yourself said, why would Anaya lead with that though? Because it's worked for her before. Like kids who rich kids or kids of celebrities and professional athletes, they all do that. They all let you know who their parent is to get some sort of favoritism. They all do it. K235 said, I don't think it's a Haitian versus Dominican thing. Me either. I think Melanie is just threatened that there's a pretty, even more racially ambiguous girl there than her who all the boys like. I absolutely think that's what it is. Absolutely. We talked about that yesterday. K235 said, I'm not convinced that Sincere nor Melanie actually like each other for the right reasons. How could they? They just met each other. Waddle said, we have more guys than girls. So this Sunday, we might see Sean depart from the villa. Thank the Lord. Time to take care of your child. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, is Casey Nigerian? I don't know. He can be Black American. Because especially the way he was dressed at the fire pit, he looked like a Black American praise dancer. But maybe the KC is. Are there K names? Are there K Nigerian names? I'm sorry, I'm about to. Kente Claw. I don't know. Are there K Nigerian names? Let me know, child. It's Jordan said Kinsey is moving on and doing her own. Zach already stated that she wasn't his type, so leave her alone. Why does Zach feel entitled for a convo? Oh God, Kinsey's mom is here. Jojo said, for a cast that seems so hyper aware of the problems from season 7, they are still following in season 7's footsteps. I think it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. I feel like week 2, halfway through week 2, we might get a little something. Hey, Blue Moon. Blue Moon said, Beatrice is going to win the whole show. She's so full of personality, level-headed, kind-hearted, witty, and extremely likable. That's why I like her the most, because I feel like she's playing the Love Island game the way it should be played, and she absolutely could win this whole thing. K235 said either Kinsey or Melanie needed to go. They're both too insecure and emotionally unstable. Their presence causes problems with the house dynamic, but Kinsey at least took Bea's correction well, unlike Mel. Here's the thing. What I don't want us to do is get so caught up in Mel and her personality that we overlook what the hell Kinsey is doing. Kinsey is sowing seeds of discord in that villa, but she's doing it by way of the non-Black girls. Everybody got Kinsey on the tee. Everybody is doing the work for her, wiping her tears, making sure she's the first person to talk to Corbin, talking to Zach about how to get back in her good graces. Got the guys trying to convince Zach that he's wrong. If you watch Summer House, she is the Amanda of this villa. She's not doing anything, but she's pulling all the strings, because Beatrice and Melanie are in it because of Kinsey. And Beatrice was standing up for Kinsey. What did Kinsey say? Not a damn thing. She just Beatrice is getting cussed out for standing up for you. Allegedly. You're not saying nothing. And she won't say nothing. I would not be surprised if we come back on Sunday and she's wiping Melanie's tears. Stay focused on Kinsey. That's the one, because you're going to be 50-11 hot when she end up winning this. That is how they skate by. That's how they skate by. Play victim the entire time and get the people of color to do your dirty work. And once you win this, don't be mad at Kenzie. Be mad at yourself for letting her slide. Marion said, I don't know why B made the decision for everyone to have Kenzie talk to the bombshell first because, well, here's the thing. She did that because she wants Kenzie out of Gabe's face and don't want to be a problem for her. But I also think that she was standing up for Kenzie because you can see that she's been kind of coaching Mammy and Kenzie, if you will, Mamita-ing Kenzie, if you will. She didn't get a consensus from all the girls before telling Kenzie that. Well, she was not only looking out for herself, she was also looking out for Kenzie. So that is why I felt like she was getting aggressive with Melanie because Melanie messed up the plan. And a Star family member confirmed that in the chat. That's how, I mean, that they felt that way as well. BY said, did Bryce not check the weather of Fiji before he left home? Those boots make his feet sweat. Timbs are so freaking heavy and hot. They are supposed to be heavy and hot because they're work boots for people who were doing work in cooler climates. He got them work boots on in Fiji. What's happening, Bryce? Ostman said, in regards to Melanie and B, Melanie took accountability and B kept pushing it for her to take accountability. Come on, thank you, Ostman. In a specific way that will please B. And that's where she lost me. That's where she lost me. Becoming Balana said, okay, I feel the exact same way. B didn't give Kenzie that energy to don't do that to me. But with that being said, I know this is about to be a good season. Oh, the kids are going to deliver. The kids are going to deliver. It's just going to take them a minute to warm up. But when they do, because right now they're holding it together. Right now we're meeting their representatives. Because again, they're not influencers and things like that. So they're not on go immediately. You're going to have to give them a second. And when they finally get on go, we got a show. Nyland Moon said, you're so right. B was harsh with Melanie. She didn't really do anything wrong and she still apologized. Here's the thing. Whether or not they agreed with how Melanie did it, Melanie apologized immediately. You can't then come back and tell her that it wasn't good enough for you. You need to make sure she crossed over X, Y, Z for you to be comfortable. Who are you talking to? You talk to Kenzie like that, not me. The minute Melanie apologized, it should have been deaded. But the problem is, and I've always said this, if Beatrice would have taken a day to talk to her like she did to Kenzie, that conversation would have went different. But she talked to her in the moment where she was already feeling some sort of way. And that, listen, when you are feeling disrespected or you got a problem with somebody, calm down first. Like, don't address it in that moment because it's going to go way left. Because that person's going to mess your energy, right? A soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So if you come to somebody with that energy, they're going to match it. They're going to match it. So I think that's the only place where I think that Beatrice was wrong. Irene said, I don't know why they aren't giving professional glam. That's messed up because it's non-union. It's because it's a non-union show. They do not have to treat these performers with any kind of respect because they're non-union. If these were SAG performers, baby, the money, the glam, the contracts will be so different. But because this is a non-union show, they can pay themselves handsomely and cut corners with the performers because they are not protected. They have no protections there. And that contract that they sign is ironclad. When you go on Love Island, you are signing everything away. You have no protection because you are non-union. Ciao. Hannah said, I wish we would allow the girls, especially, I got that one. No, I didn't. I wish we would allow the girls, especially the girls, to just not be makeup artist experts. I'm tired of the overly glam in Housewives? Well, the overly glam in Housewives is because those ladies got a lot of work done. And also, a lot of them are people, professionals in the industry. So they are not supposed to look like everybody because they have to set a certain, because they set a certain standard as being not only, a person with a coin who lives a lavish life, but also a lot of them are, fading performers. So they can't, so they're not going to be regular, and they're not choosing to be relatable because that is not how they make their money. They have to be aspirational. Nylon says, I think some people are watching and looking for a villain, or worse than Huda. Mel ain't even gotten to crash out yet. Yeah. I mean, let her get there. Like if she's a Huda or worse than Huda, let her get there. But let's just be clear. She might be light skinned. She might be Latina, but y'all gonna be more harsher on her than you are on Huda because of that afro. That afro part in that Latina, oh, she's going to get all the accountability. Oh, y'all gonna make sure she's checked. America. America. I'm not talking about the fan base. Not like, I don't want y'all to think that I'm talking about the Star family. K235 said, Mel was getting defensive though. And I think that's just because she's already been insecure and on 10 because of the stuff with Sincere. Maybe she would have taken B's words better if they were a one-on-one. I think this conversation would have been better if one, it was a one-on-one, but also if it was done the next day. It's in the heat of the moment. How is this conversation supposed to go? I really want to know how Beatrice thought that telling someone to relax and take accountability, them's fighting words where I'm from. Especially if one, I don't know you, and two, you're not only are you checking me, but you're checking me in front of an audience. No, no. There will have to be some furniture moving. Okay, we will be tussling all over that fire pit. Jabu said Mel apologized, saying she wasn't doing it on purpose and apologized, and B wouldn't let it go. Yep. So that's why when Beatrice was just like, so can you just tell us? So finish telling us about your meeting with Corbin. Melanie was just like, girl, like, get out of here. Why do I want to talk to you? You just chastise me. Hannah said, y'all can't go around chastising people. Only my mama could talk to me like that. Hannah said, it shouldn't be an issue for people to watch women without makeup. Some viewers are ridiculous. Absolutely agree, but we are in the age of filters. Osman said, I promise I don't have rose-colored glasses, but I don't see Mel as another Huda. Same. Now, listen, if she does become one, we'll call it out. But right now, I'm like, I'm not going to put that demonism on her. She a little insecure and probably doing too much with the boys, but I'm not going to curse her. She may have some traits, but I haven't seen anything yet that makes me think she's Huda 2.0. Yeah, I'm not going to put that on her. But I also am going to acknowledge that, the watchers are a little traumatized. Okay? So, that's a real thing as well. Brooke said, yeah, Corbin is all of their type. But who is Corbin's type? I think he'll choose Kaida or Mel, but I don't know about Mel after that. Give me 10. Give me 10. Give me 10. I don't know. I think he might go for Kaida. He might throw a little curveball in there and go for Anaya. You never know. Let's not assume because he light skinned and look a little Samoan, that his preference is, a white or something close to it. Because if y'all saying he a biracial, if that mama black, we know what he like. BY said, yeah, B needed to cool down before talking to Melanie. Absolutely agree. Not just words, but words and attitude would not make me feel good either. Melanie had restraint until she didn't. She got up and she was like, girl. I said, oop, the representative is flying. The representative, she's leaving her. She's leaving her. Yes. She kept picking, Jabu said B kept picking and picking. That was it. I just felt like when she said that she apologized, it should have been over. Don't keep on going after I've addressed my behavior and I agree with you that I was wrong. What, why you still got something to say? Because now I feel like you want a problem. See, that's how it's coming off. And maybe again, because listen, I come from a different place. We all are different people. We all come from different cultures and different lands. So, maybe I'm seeing it one way because of where I'm from, and maybe you're seeing it another way because of where you're from. That could definitely be it, but I'm sorry. My reaction would have been worse than Melanie's. I'm telling you that right now. It would have been a tussle. Who are you talking to? Ice Macchiato said, yeah, Melanie was the one who told B to relax. And she was right. She was right. Because didn't B tell her to like calm down or something? Because also, you're doing it in front of an audience. Nah. And I'm telling you right now, if any of you watched that and thought that how Beatrice handled Melanie in that moment, that you would react like it. I want you to think about it. Would you allow that to happen to you? And if you would allow somebody to sun you like that, I will let you know right now. No. Don't let nobody play in your face like that, especially in front of an audience. Melanie said, no, folks are taking B's side because Melanie is a lot. True. But I'm talking about in that moment. If y'all judging her by her body at work, okay, that's not what I'm doing. Personally, B seems like she wants all love and adoration. Of course. KC35 said, mind you, I love when we do that. Mind you. Most of the other girls felt the same way B did, that Melanie was doing way too much with the bombshells and being greedy. B was just the only one with the balls to address Melanie about it. And I think, of course, she was the only one to do it. I think the other girls didn't want to do it because they're exhausted. Melanie, sister, you seem a bit exhausting. And they just didn't feel like it. If you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, Melanie is giving K Michelle. So they're just like, girl, if you want to say it, go ahead on, but I don't feel like it. I'm tired. Melanie has drained me. So I think that's what's happening there. But they absolutely all felt the same way, but Beatrice was the only one to speak up. And I hope she learned from that. Because they all left you out there. You and her going through it. They all felt the same way. Ain't nobody say nothing to defend you. I hope you learned from that, Beatrice. I hope you learned. Because after Melanie got up and did that, give me a 10, I would have cussed out all them girls sitting by that fire pit. Because why didn't you say something? Y'all had all that mouth before she got here. Everybody is agreeing with me. I done said something that we all agreed with. And when she get here, y'all on mute. See, now I got a problem with everybody. XO said, I mean, Mel was acting like a brat the whole day, so maybe everyone was just sick of it. Oh, they're absolutely exhausted from her. Absolutely. I still think that Beatrice was wrong in that moment. Ray said, yes, Nikki, please rewatch the scene. They kept going back and forth because Mel said relax, not B. Mel was being defensive, not apologizing. Let me watch it back right now. Where's the remote? Because maybe I'm missing something. Ma, you got the remote over there? Because the Star family is telling me that I'm missing something. So I'm going to watch this back. Because maybe I'm missing it. And listen, I'm a woman. And I'm allowed to change my opinion, especially when I'm presented with new information. So if I'm misinterpreting this, I will absolutely take it. And I will apologize. But I feel like I'm right. Let me get the Peacock and let me watch Love Island. Because y'all telling me that B is right. When I tell you Had I known that moving into a townhouse will mean that I will have to get internet on every floor, because my God, today does the internet lag the farther you get away from, there it is, the farther you get away from the thingy, whatever that is. While Peacock is loading, K235 said, not to mention Melanie also poured Anaya's man without even caring about how Anaya would feel. The same Melanie who was mad that Kaida and Sincere had a conversation. Yeah, guys, and I talked about that. I clocked that. So I don't want y'all to think that because Melanie is from Philly, I'm protecting her. No. Let me. I need a 10. I need a 10. Let's watch this back. Because here is Melanie walking over excited because she talked to Corbin, the Samoan / Black American. Oh, you know what? Let me turn it down because I don't want them making me cut this out. Okay, so here I'm at the scene. Melanie is walking over, and B is like, "So how was it?" And she's like, "He's hot. He's hot." She's excited. She's happy. She's in a good mood because she just finished talking to her type. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. Right. So she's sitting down, and Anaya leans over and she's like, "This was you. This is you." And she leans over to Melanie, and that's when they like fake kiss. But Anaya is still doing the jokey. Serenity, Trinity, real chill. She's just like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Do you not see me, mama? I'm right here." Still jokey. Everybody's cool. Melanie is still like in the moment of having Corbin, still thinking the girls are supportive. Now, if they had a problem, they should have said it then. Why not say it then? Why y'all sitting back acting all cool with her if y'all really got a problem? Come on. Let me fast forward through the men.
Felt like it was a little rude. My bad. I honestly didn't know it was singing. I was not doing it.
Right. So Beatrice goes, "I honestly think that what you were doing was, a little rude." And Melanie goes, "Oh, my bad. I wasn't doing it on purpose." And then she does this lean up thing. I was just like doing it like this. And Trinity sitting up there smiling with her. Anaya not saying nothing. Trinity nodding her head. Yeah, I understand. Weren't they all agreeing that she was doing too much? But when she get here, everybody on mute. Everybody want to switch up. Y'all mad at Melanie? Y'all need to be mad at them girls that sat there and talked about Melanie to Beatrice. And when Beatrice has something to say, everybody on mute. See, I don't rock with scary girls. That's who y'all need to be mad at. Now, you were right about the relaxed conversation. But remember, Melanie is saying that because she's already apologized and said, "I didn't know that I was doing that." And she's thinking that in the apology is real still, just like a chill apology, because Serenity and Anaya is sitting there smiling and laughing like everything is cool. She don't know that they all feel the same way. Beatrice is the only one that keeps on going in. But Anaya and Trinity ain't saying nothing. So Beatrice is looking like the problem because they're all smiling in Melanie's face, thinking it's cool. So she's thinking everything is cool. And now Beatrice looks like the only one that got the problem. And she said, "I didn't do it on purpose." Then Beatrice was like, "Well, don't tell me to relax."
But I'm saying, like, things happened before, and it just... When did it happen before? I don't know exactly, but I know I peeped it. But, like, when? With other guys? Like, what? Just another conversation. Well, I'll tell you this time. It was the next...
Yeah. Okay. So Beatrice says, "Well, don't tell me to relax. I'm just telling you what you did." And Melanie goes, "Really? Well, when did I do it?" Beatrice, "Oh, I don't know, but I'm telling you that it happened." So Melanie was just like, "Well, when was it? If I keep on doing this and you have a problem," but remember, Beatrice is the only one that has the problem. Melanie don't know that everybody got that problem. So she's like, well, when did I do it? And Beatrice don't know. That's one thing that really pisses me off, right? And Star Family, y'all should know that in the comments. When y'all tell me that y'all said that I did something or I got something wrong, I'm fine with being wrong. Just let me know what I did. Well, I think it was, get off my page. Let me know what I did wrong so I can correct the behavior. Because if I'm constantly doing something that you don't like or I said something that you don't agree with, let me know. Please don't give me this vague understanding, because that's going to make me feel some sort of way. Now, again, that could be a cultural thing. It could be a geographical thing.
I didn't do it on purpose. Don't get defensive. I'm just...
Melanie says, okay, well, I didn't do it on purpose. Beatrice, don't get defensive. You are accusing me of something that you can't prove that I'm doing. I'm going to get a little defensive, especially when you look like the only one who got a problem and my girls are supporting me.
Saying that it's something that I had noticed. That's why we bring it to your attention so that we can correct it.
Now, I misinterpreted that situation with Beatrice, because now that I hear it again, I don't think that she was trying to check her in that moment. She checked her before, problem with me. But I think that she was also trying to de-escalate as well. But again, she's de-escalating a situation that she solely crafted. Yes, Serenity or Trinity and Anaya felt the same way, but they were not showing that. They were showing support for Melanie. So Melanie is thinking that the only person who has a problem is Beatrice. She doesn't know it's a consensus. Melanie then turns around to Trinity and goes, but I don't mean to like do that to you guys. It's never on purpose. Thank you. So then Melanie goes, I'm just telling you, I didn't know that I did that. And Beatrice goes, oh, I get that. And I don't think that she was trying to get to, right? But then she says to her, I just need you to take responsibility. Who the hell you talking to?
I agree.
Who the hell you talking to?
You asking for a reaction. At the end of the day, say, write the vision, make complain, say what you gotta say and move on.
But you know what? I feel like it's just a Philadelphia thing, because some of the Star family ain't understand to be. She told the girl to take responsibility.
I mean, a lot of threads, they all saying they're trying to villainize Melanie, and I get that.
Like, you don't like her, I absolutely understand. Yeah, but in this moment, y'all, we gotta be real.
No, that's not fair. At the end of the day, you said something. I'm like, oh, bro, it wasn't like that. My bad. Whatever. Okay. Next scene.
Yes.
We're not going on and on and on and on about this. You're not checking me. I don't know you.
See, do you understand? A fellow Philadelphian is saying the girl, she took that as disrespect, y'all. So she like, and I don't know how she could not have read that any other way.
Girl to spiral by herself, because y'all know everybody don't like it, and they on the hate train. They're gonna make her spiral, make it be like, oh, she's trying to be good. No, it's not that. She felt disrespected and she felt weird because she was trying to get you to understand that it's literally, it wasn't trying to be like that. I'm talking to bull. Y'all girl, I don't see y'all, if I be honest.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, what you wanted, a specific reaction out of me? Be a three. You don't get that.
Call her B.
That's exactly what I did. Okay, well, then that's it. And we're done.
Star family, come on, y'all.
Yeah, your Star family.
Come on,
little babyish. If y'all thinking that that's cool. Like,
oh, well, wait a minute. Hold on, Beatrice. Hold on, Beatrice. Now you getting a little too much.
I need Star family to take
responsibility. No, now you getting a little too disrespectful, Beatrice. Walk lightly. Come on, y'all. Come on. And as soon as the girl said something to her, she said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was doing that. Looked at Trinity. Trinity's like, and Beatrice is just like, yeah, well, okay, well, I'm telling you that you did it. And she's like, relax, because it's not that deep. No, don't tell me to relax. Wait a minute.
No, y'all hoes is mad.
Wait a minute.
Because Beatrice is what's his name? Gavin or Gabriel, the little sex escort. Okay. They think that anything that come in there supposed to just roll up and down they goddamn on street. Hell nah.
Beatrice is greedy. Beatrice, but I'm sorry.
Them hoes is jealous of Melanie. Melanie is a hot shot. She cute. Don't be jealous of her. That's
no,
funny.
now I'm a rob with you, but I don't think they jealous.
They done. Beatrice
is not jealous. Beatrice is not jealous.
Snag on to anything.
Zora said Casey is Nigerian. His name is Kenochuku.
Nikki, don't do
which
that.
Means praise God. Did you see the video? Oh, he's Nigerian. Y'all be hiding in plain sight, child. I thought he was African American. I know that's right. You don't think he looked like us?
First of all, you got like snoring.
It's always mommy. He looks like us.
Who is us?
He seems very familiar. Oh my God. Forget it. Never mind. My sister is biracial. Biracial girl. She's biracial. She is Black American and Jamaican, and depending on the day, are you Jamaican today?
First of all, are you coming at me, Beatrice?
Okay, all right.
Are you coming at me?
First of all, relax. It wasn't even like that. It wasn't even like,
and I'm like, you know, okay.
But I just want to make sure you take accountability.
Like, what the hell is Beatrice?
That's the thing. I feel like she went wrong.
Coming out
she is not a stud. Anyway, okay. But I feel like that's where she went wrong. Beatrice. And also, you have to look at the situation. Beatrice looked like she was the only one who had a problem because Trinity and Anaya did not back her up. They let her out there. Like I said, I would be mad at them too. I wouldn't be talking to none of them girls, right? But after Melanie apologized, that should have been it. Beatrice lost me when she kept on picking. And we got to be honest about that. She kept on picking at the girls. Oh, can I know show?
Nikki,
oh
please.
My God.
You don't know that, so don't say that.
No, they said that he's Nigerian.
But you don't know their language, so please.
Yoruba?
Wait, Yoruba?
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
But I know a little something.
Jail.
I know a little something. Ice Macchiato said, Melanie never said, I'm sorry or I apologize. All she says was, she did. She said, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was doing that. I just watched it back. Y'all don't like her. And that's fine.
Period. And you're choosing
that's fine.
Not to understand.
And you know what? You know what's really starting to piss me off is that y'all got me defending Melanie, knowing that she's going to crash out next episode.
She's going to be such a problem next week.
So I'm going to have to check her.
I live for next week.
Like, guys, I'm telling you, Melanie is going to give you more to critique. We still got to be fair. You really just could have cut them up.
It has to be precise.
We still got to be fair, y'all.
With them and tell them. So,
what?
Nikki goes to the store for me because I work for her, if you don't know. She goes out to the store. I said, can you give me some apple slices and peanut butter? Crunchy to be exact. A great little late night snack, especially if you're having a little walk in the park with a little greenery, whatever the world goes, you know? A little gardening, if you will. And she gives me full apples. No, they need to be pre-sliced.
Lauren, full apples are still sliced apples. All you got to do is chop them up. The problem is, no, let's tell the truth and shame the devil. The problem is my sister has an air wine addiction. Okay. And we got to get her delivered.
You're trying to make me the problem?
You've been a problem. I still cannot believe that Casey is Nigerian.
I mean, it makes sense though.
But see, Kenichiwu. Here's the thing. I don't like the fact that now I got a problem with you, Casey. Because now I know that you're Nigerian. I know what your name is. Why can't the people call you your name? Don't give them a nickname. Like Beatrice. She makes sure that they pronounce her name.
Also let the Star family know, Lauren, I'm not with the cult, the Star stuff, but Lauren Star.
Let me tell you something, Beatrice. You going down the wrong road. You going down the wrong road.
Let them know that I am watching Love Island UK, and if it's up to me to rate it, it's rated way higher.
Yeah, she likes Love Island UK because it just came on Hulu, so she's watching it. She's like, "Are you reviewing this?" Opay.
Either way. Probably that.
We will not.
Child.
Irene said, LOL. She messed up when she said she's done it before. Because why aren't there receipts y'all claim, Miss Ma'am? Here's the thing. If she said she did it before and Melanie asked, well, what did I do? Then you have to tell her. Because what the thing is,
That's right.
if you say that I did something,
acknowledge it,
and you say I do it all the time and I've done it before,
yes.
then let me know what it is so that I could, really see what's going on with my behavior. If you're telling me that I do something all the time and then you can't tell me what it is that I do all the time,
then what are you doing?
Or when I did it, I would feel like you just want a problem with me.
And you're picking.
Yeah. That's how I would feel. And again, it could be a cultural thing. It could be a regional thing, geographical thing. But that's how I interpreted that. Mm-hmm. Melanie, crash out. Absolutely going to be more problematic, which is why I'm so upset you're going to be defending her like this. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Doris. Doris said your house must be big because my townhouse. No, I was talking about the internet. My townhouse gets internet on both floors and somewhat the basement. No, it's the rooftop. Like we cannot get it. It's on a rooftop, but it's it's not clear. And they said that we have to get another router upstairs because the signal is fighting. My God, today.
Whatever.
No, the internet is just being slow, but it's because you're on your computer up there.
Oh.
So it's fighting to give me my signal. So Love Island took a long time to load.
No, but it has never done that before.
It was doing it now, Mama, and it was doing it earlier when I was watching the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Oh, because y'all was watching the game.
Oh, baby, we're not doing that. No, that ain't never happened before. We're not doing that.
You know what? I feel like y'all trying to Beatrice me. So I'm gonna just go, okay, and let it go. K235 said Trinity and Anaya.
I need 10.
I need 10. Give me 10. K235 said Trinity and Anaya had agreed with B about Melanie's behavior in the scene. Before that, though, they just didn't keep the same energy when Melanie actually came around. I don't like that. Absolutely, because it made it more of a problem. Because I feel like if two girls that she's close to in the house agreed with Beatrice in that moment, that would have went completely different. But she's looking at them to make sure, to see if they agree with Beatrice, and they're not. They're like, what? So Beatrice is looking crazy, but Melanie don't know that they were just dragging her.
Beatrice don't know how to pull it back. She's just trying to if you bring it to that to be the situation, then Beatrice don't know how to close the situation, and she wants to just be like, well, this is what we was talking about without saying it.
Yeah.
If that's the case. If not, it
was a perfect opportunity for them to be like, Melanie, listen, Beatrice can't give you an example, but I'll give you one. And we have all talked about like how you do that. I don't think you're doing it intentionally, but you do that. So that's just something for you to work
Melanie
on.
Was Lauren would say, it's too much. You said what you had to say. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm still on the team that when she told her, she acknowledged it, she apologized. That should have been it.
Yeah, also, if we're going to, the energy is weird. Also, I mean, it's a show, so it is what it is. The energy at the moment is weird.
Beatrice had the energy because they were all talking about her because they were mad at what Melanie did.
Kind of approach me about like, if you do something that's kind of a little whatever. That could have been something we talked about for breakfast, makeup room, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you coming at me on time after a dude that you mad because now I'm over here, I'm hyped, spilling my tea, little moment, thinking that me and my girl are the moment. And
you are at times problematic, but you're right here.
No, baby, never been problematic. I was a truth teller.
No, you're a bit problematic.
Teller.
Anyway. If they would have had the conversation in the makeup room, guys, it would have never went like this. But Beatrice was mad, and in that moment, she addressed her. She came with the energy. I will say she tried to de-escalate when she realized that probably she was wrong.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't. Nobody was.
She told them. She said, "I'm going to step to her."
Yes, because she had a problem.
Yeah,
and she approached her.
I'll say it to her.
And she approached her with the problem. Melanie came over there excited about to talk to the girls about her conversation with Corbin. And Beatrice was just like, okay, a mind like what you did. How was Melanie supposed to respond to that? First of all, the first reaction that she gave her and apologized immediately, that wouldn't have been me. So y'all lucky y'all got that out of her. I would have been like, what you mad at me for? Like, child.
Y'all already talked about King Vaughn.
Oh, the kingpin of New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in charge of the girls.
She's in charge of the girls, and she also is very much. She clocking her tea. They both don't like each other because they both think they're cute. They both think they're supposed to be getting the minute they get. They want whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Kata is weird. She moved very weird on this episode.
How?
I didn't like how. Oh, I'm only getting you back because you got me back. Like that was petty and that was corny.
Yeah, absolutely. But the way Melanie treated her was petty as well. Melanie met her match.
Melanie definitely met her match.
Melanie came for Kata unprovoked. So Kata came to her, not unprovoked. And she let Melanie know, I can match energy.
Please. The only person I really feel bad for is Sincere. Because Sincere is just caught in the middle and he can't shake this.
Lord,
he don't have no backbone to kind of tell both of them or whoever, her, whatever, to chill. He just, like, I'm really sad. It's like, these boys are soft. Golly, they wearing all two pieces. Because he's genuinely like confused in this whole situation. He's like, she's gonna try to flip the game on me because she thinks that I was like trying to mess with someone and I just was like pulling someone for a chat. What?
I think Sincere is sweating, as he should.
You think he's sweating?
You don't even know her.
All them boys are sweating when Corbin walked in that villa. All them boys are sweating. Jesus couldn't get himself together. He started analyzing his body language.
He said Kayla's arm.
He said he's gonna go for her, mate. He's gonna go for her. Wavy Bubbly said, I don't think Anaya and Trinity supported Mel though. They just stayed neutral. If you are staying neutral, you are supporting her. Because if you was just talking about how she was problematic and you didn't like what she did, and then when she came over, you're on mute, then you're supporting the behavior. Then you're like, come on. But I will say this. Beatrice said, I'm gonna tell her.
Nobody stopped her.
Tut.
Thank you.
Tut. But they could have, in that moment when you saw what it was getting that way, y'all didn't have to leave her out there by herself if y'all all felt the same way. KT35 said, Bia is a white Latina who is attractive and well liked. She doesn't have to worry about being perceived negatively.
And if you need a second of some water, please get some.
Let me get some.
Like all night.
Trinity and Anaya. So she can afford to be herself and speak her mind whenever she wants. I will absolutely agree with that. Jesse Fierce says, just give Melanie her 10. She's going to be okay. B wouldn't leave it alone. Exactly.
She's earning her stripes. Melanie has another week left.
Yeah. Melanie. Yeah. It's going to get a little crazy. I think Melanie's going to be good this week because the coupling or whatever, a guy is going home. When it's time for her to go.
You think it's a white boy that's going home? I think it's a white boy and a white girl going home.
I think it's either Bryce or Sean.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's either Bryce or Sean.
Sean is not going home.
Sean has shaky legs in this build, and he knows it.
Yeah.
Him and Catherine.
He needs to go. Who's Catherine?
The white girl?
Kenzie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Jennifer said, I feel like the convo should have just ended after she said she didn't do it on purpose. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. Are you from Philly?
We got a girl with a brain. Girl with a brain.
Wavy said, I agree that the last part where B said, so you can correct it was too much. But before that, Mel was the one in the wrong. Yeah, she apologized. That's what I'm saying. That it should have been dead there. Beatrice continuing on, because now you're going to get offended when she's telling you to relax. Now you're offended. You were the one that checked her. So now you're like, don't tell me to relax. Absolutely relax, because you're telling her that what she did is a problem. You can't give her no examples. Nobody is supporting this argument. And then after she apologizes, you still are picking at the girl. Nah. Ray said, Nikki, you flip it. LOL. You thought it was disrespectful when you thought B told Mel to relax, but now it's the other way. It's okay. I said that.
You flipped it. What they said.
I said that. I said when she said relax. I talked about that.
Hold
for ice. But I have not. I've changed my opinion. I didn't ask for that.
Oh, I was trying to help you out because you've been stuttering all night.
No, but please don't help me. I like crushed. Anyway, I will absolutely change my opinion on the situation. I'm not changing my opinion on the fact that Beatrice kept the thing going. She was absolutely wrong in that. I think y'all don't like Melanie, and because y'all don't like her, y'all want her to be wrong all across the board. That's not how I review this show.
Jamal, thank you for your super
But
chat, but she can change
want
her
to let
mind.
them know, don't take me for bad just because.
Mom, absolutely not.
Ooh.
No, that is not.
Beatrice want to let them know.
She doesn't operate as different. And they don't treat her as different.
It's about the different part.
I absolutely don't think it's about that. I think she was mad at her because she wanted Kenzie to get into Corbin.
The different part. I think that she's saying like she's still trying to act different or not. She's still trying to get them to understand that she ain't no punk. And she's down and right. I'll address it how I want.
I don't think it's any of that. I think that she wants Kenzie to stop busting her clam in front of Gabe, so she wants her to get under Corbin.
Okay.
Yes. So that's why she's mad, because she feels like Melanie jacked up her plan. Be Yourself said, B isn't attractive to me either. Neither is oh my God, you don't like anybody on the cast. Lord. Wade, he said, I hope Corbin picks Kaida and Sean picks Trinity at the recoupling. Corbin picks Kaida and Sean picks Trinity. We'll see. At this point, Sean will pick Bryce to stay on the show. Sean will pick Bryce to stay on the show. WNC said those people had their own nation in the Euros. Oh, child, I don't know what y'all talking about. Red said Beatrice had it in for her the moment she mentioned Gabe in the dressing room. She made a face after Melanie said it. She was looking for a way to get her. Oh, I didn't pick that up. Because I didn't see that. But if that's the case, who knows? Who knows? I still stand firm. After Melanie apologized, it should have been deaded. Beatrice lost me in that. And I'm not wavering on that. K235 said, yeah, it's probably would have went smoother if Beatrice waited a little later to address it, like she did Kenzie. Why can't, like, if we're going to get deep into it, why can't Melanie get the same grace as Kenzie? What's the difference? Huh? Make sure y'all not going up for Latina Karen, because y'all don't like somebody. But I also understand wanting to nip it in the bud right away. Facts. Zora said, is Sean employed or not? Currently, nah. WNC said, depends on who you ask. If you're asking Bethlehem PD, they'll say he went AOL. If you're asking Sean's mother, then yes. Who has the final say? The court. K235 said, Gabe ain't even no prize to be that pressed over. However, that's who she like. That's who she likes. So if she wants him to stick around and be hers and only hers, she gonna do what she got to do. Melanie's doing the same thing. Thank you, Jabul. Jabul said B was wrong, period. I don't think she was wrong across the board, though. I will say that. I think she was wrong for keeping it going. Like, I can't believe y'all don't understand that Beatrice picked at Melanie. Like, she picked at her. She checked her. Melanie apologized. Why do we have to keep on going? Like, why are you now on the defense when she doesn't like that you are keeping something going after she apologized? She apologized. Then Beatrice says, well, you do this all the time. And she says, oh, really? When did I do it before? I don't know, but I'm just letting you, I can't think of it right now, but I'm just letting you know that you do that. That's not going to ride with me. And I honestly feel like for the majority of you, it wouldn't ride for you either. You would absolutely feel some way. You just don't currently like Melanie. So whatever she does, you're not gonna rock with it. Listen, I get it. I was like that last season. Not now. Even the people, excuse me, girl. Mama.
What?
Wake up.
I wasn't even asleep.
Here we go.
No, for real.
No, for real. We can hear you.
Y'all can't hear me nothing.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can. Jennifer said, every time Kenzie does a split, I start cracking up thinking of Nikki's commentary. Because listen, little Kyle Richards, you can't tell her nothing about that. You can't tell her nothing about that. Red said the way Mel's performative Cali tone switched back to Philly, where she kept repeating "girl," and she was getting more pissed. Listen, I think she's holding it together because, like you said, this is L.A. Cali Mel, Philly Mel. She's on. She let them producers keep on picking. We'll see. This okay. That was her holding Philly in, but she's coming out. She's coming out. T Cake said, "Okay, Nikki, I get your point now. LOL. You can't keep pressing me. I responded, so let it go." That's all I'm saying. That was all I was saying. I agreed with y'all, but I was just like, after the fact, Beatrice lost me. Because why are you still pressing her after she apologized? You know what it felt like? I felt like she wanted her to grovel. And I'm like, nah, that's not happening. Now, that's not happening. I apologize. I will. If you said I did something wrong, I'll apologize. And I even go far as to repent and change my behavior. But don't keep on picking. After we dead it, don't poke me. Because now we really going to have a problem. Or we really going to have a problem. Because now I feel like, I feel like you think I'm scary. Nah. Yes. TK said B should have dropped the combo, but kept on going. Absolutely. Jesse said B literally said take accountability so you can correct it moving forward. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. Like, I can't believe everybody's missing that. You gonna let somebody talk to you like that after you've apologized? I'm sorry, before or after an apology. You can't talk to me like that. Take accountability so you can correct it moving forward. First of all, let me move my bang so I can hear you correctly. What did you say? Not me. Not me. T Cake said, and since we're talking about regions, I'm so Florida and we don't play that. So yes, I was being biased. Facts. WNC said, Nikki, the word is AWOL, equal a, oh, away without leave. Thank you. Thank you. As my mic on said, then B wanted to ask about how to convo. That's another thing. Like, Beatrice, read the room. You check that girl in front of an audience. You thought she was going to have a conversation with you. And then when she gets up, you're like, I can't believe she's so sensitive. Let Melanie talk to you like that. Like, don't listen, Melanie's problematic. Don't gaslight the girl. Don't gaslight the girl. Zora, of course. Zora said, can I be messy for a second? Are Zach and Bryce? You know what? I didn't know he was going to be that messy. K235 said, no, that was her being a passive aggressive weirdo. Jabul said, Philly and New York don't play. Listen, you just can't talk to people like that. Like I said before, a soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. If you really want this thing to be dead, if you really want me to respond to you in a positive way or, in a light way, you got to speak to me in a light way. I don't know how she expected for Melanie to respond when she said, I just want to make sure that you take accountability so you can correct your behavior moving forward. How did you not know that was going to get her up out of her seat?
She was checking her temperature.
And checking her. Like, come on. Come on. Dahlia said, listen, if I could do a full split at my big age, I'd do it everywhere too. Facts. Facts. KG35 said, Kinsey got to use what she got, which is just them blue eyes in her splits. And unfortunately for her, it is not working. I know she is struggling. She is struggling. Jesse said, Melanie, sis, get behind me and get your Yes, like, why are y'all making me go so hard for Melanie, knowing that I'm going to have to drag her next episode? Because I know Melanie is going to turn it up. Why, child? We're going to end here with Brooke. I'm sorry, I said Brookie. Brooke said, I read rumors that they might bring in Charlie for Kinsey and Casa because Charlie tweeted Kinsey saying, big bros got you. You know what? Anything can happen. They brought back that weird snake guy that everybody says is hot. beauty standards are different. I'm not saying he's not attractive, but I'm just like, I don't feel like he ought to. Rob, the way they are going up for him, I'm like, my God, today y'all never seen a white man from the city. Child, if Rob got you in a chokehold, an Irishman from the Northeast is going to bring you to your knees. TK said, I'm so happy I caught alive. I've been in the replay crew, but I missed the Star fam. Thank you all so much for being here. To Us for Life said, I said I wasn't going to watch the season. I'm still traumatized. Same, LOL. Nikki, you got me wanting to tune in. Tell Peacock to run you your coins. They better. You don't have to watch. You can just come here and hang with us. KT35 said, yeah, it's cool. Melanie going to show more of her weirdo ways for us to dissect next episode. Anyway, cracking the F up. That's what I'm saying. Like, guys, don't let me waste my energy here, because I know I'm going to have a totally different opinion of her on Sunday. Please. Yes. Dahlia said, talk to me nice. Don't talk to me rude. Talk to me like you want, in a manner that you want me to receive you, right? Talk to me like if you want me to remain calm and cool, collected with you, and in a friendship with you, think you know how to talk to me. But if you don't respect me, you're gonna speak to me a certain way, and I'm gonna clock that disrespect, and I'm gonna give it back to you, and then we're gonna have a problem, and then we're gonna have to decide what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to decide if we're gonna go word for word, bar for bar, or if we're gonna be done talking. Let's figure this out. See? And that is the mindset of Melanie. Let's figure this out. Ephraim said, thank you, Nikki. Thanks, Star fam, for always supporting Nikki. Yes, even those who don't agree with me. And remembering to hit the like button, share, and hype up the video. Thank you all. Thank you all. A white man from Alabama at that. Y'all going crazy now? Wait till y'all meet a white man from Brooklyn Heights. Baby. Y'all don't know. Y'all do not know. KT35 said, unrelated, this episode was the best Bryce has looked so far. Child, and that's not saying much. You guys are welcome. Love you. Good night. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you all on Sunday. Mwah!